Hello fellow survivors and welcome to the challenge where you're not allowed to leave the region you spawn in. That's right, it's Escape from Region X challenge. This challenge has many different names, it's been done by many different people over several years, and the rule is pretty simple. The region you spawn in, you're not allowed to leave it. You have to survive in only that region, which of course is random on Interloper. And that's what we're going to do today. Now, before we get into it, a couple of things to point out. This particular challenge has been a heavily requested one on my channel, and the reason I haven't been doing it is because there's so many additions coming to the game, and one of them is also the wildlife refresh, so I decided that I'm not going to do any of these videos until after the DLC has been concluded. However, because the cougar is being added and the cougar will also be a kind of region fever, they'll start stalking you when you spend too long in a region, I thought it'd be fun to do this once before the cougar is added and then compare it. So today we're doing the Escape from Pleasant Valley, because that's, spoiler alert, my random spawn in this video. And the rule is straightforward. You cannot leave Pleasant Valley. You have to stay in Pleasant Valley on Interloper and just survive as long as possible. And that's what this video is about. It's in a way a kind of test video. I'm going to do a whole series on this where I try to survive for at least 30 days in every single region and connect the region in the game in individual runs in the future where I'm not allowed to leave that region. So I'm going to do that at some point in the future. For now, this is like a test where I get a feel for this challenge, what there is to do in Pleasant Valley, how long you can survive, and how it is without the cougar present. And that's pretty much it. Throughout the video, I do make several comments, I analyze a bunch of stuff, and I will ask for feedback on a few things. In particular, if you're watching, or I would like to know what you think about using connector caves. Are they allowed? And what about rare loot? Is that allowed? And some other things. So in this video, you'll see me survive in Pleasant Valley without ever leaving it. And I hope you enjoy. Let's get to it. Hello fellow survivors and welcome to a new challenge, which is the Survive from Region X series or Escape from Region X series, Kegstand, whatever you want to call it. This challenge has many different names, but the principle is the same in all of them, which is basically you cannot leave your starting region and you have to survive as long as you can there. Now, depending on the region and depending on the difficulty, this can be easy or it can be hard. But we're going to, of course, do it on Interloper, which means that there are no circumstances where you can actually make weapons. The only exception will be if you do a custom spawn and spawn in Broken Railroad. There's a very small chance of getting a hammer, and that's pretty much it. I guess for Forsaken Airfield also you could get a hammer, so it's pretty much just those two regions where you can make weapons in Interloper, but the odds are against you on that. In any case, though, we're going to spawn on a random one. We're going to do a new Interloper run and just spawn somewhere random, and we're going to try and survive in that region as long as we can. If this turns into a series, we can do a custom instead and choose the region and just do one region at a time. Now, this challenge exists in all sorts of different formats. It's very common to have a series of this called Escape from Region X, and then you have to survive 30 days or 50 days, it varies, before you're allowed to leave the region. You consider it conquered at that point. And you can do this in many different ways. You can just hibernate, you can use starvation tactic, or you can actively hunt like rabbits or wolves. There's many different ways you can do it. And this episode is kind of like a pilot, not so much to see if we can survive in one region, but to see the comparison, because as of this recording, it's about 2 or 3 weeks or so, I don't know exactly, until the cougar is added, and the cougar is going to be like region fever, and having the cougar will affect this kind of challenge tremendously because you're always in one place, unless you turn it off, of course. But the idea is to basically now hop into a random spawn and survive as long as possible in that region, and then we'll do it again after the next content patch and we can see if there's a difference. So that's basically what we're going to do. And we'll do, I don't know, we can do female, I guess. Feats. Well, I think we'll do no feats, but if I had to pick feats for this, I probably would do Fire Mastery, probably. and efficient machine, because there's going to be less food. But I think we're going to do no feats just to keep it plain, really. And we'll call this escape pilot. And then we'll see how we get on. Now, there's different ways to approach this. Because this is kind of like a test run, I'm probably going to do it a little bit differently, where I kind of starve and hibernate a bit just to see how long you can realistically survive. But in an actual more serious attempt, I suppose I would put a lot more effort into hunting and that sort of stuff. But we'll see. It depends on the resources you have. It depends on the region you're in. And also depends on your fire source. In any case, I'm fairly certain you can survive 50 days in any region you spawn. You can also survive a long time in connector regions. The only issue is really resources. So for example, if you don't have a mag lens, then you have very limited fire. In theory though, you could survive forever in any region on any difficulty, because you can keep a fire burning forever. There's a YouTuber called Archimedes who has a eternal fire challenge where the fire never goes out, and you could in theory do that in every region. So it is possible, but we'll see how we get on. And let's hop in and see where we spawn and never leave that region. By the way, let me just also add, like, if there's a cave in the region I spawn in that leads to another region, that cave is often a gray area for these sort of challenges. Some people say those sort of caves are off limits, and some say it's okay, you just can't exit on the other side. So for example, in Fallen Musketeer, there's a cave to Bleak Inlet, and I think if you enter that cave, it technically says in your log that you are in Bleak Inlet, even though you entered from Fallen Musketeer. So that's a bit of a gray area. It's really up to each player to decide. I think it's okay because you entered from the region you're in, and you're not entering the other region. So it doesn't really matter what the logs say. As long as you don't actually enter a different region, I think it's okay to do whatever. Just like in Mystery Lake, you can go into the dam. That sort of thing. I think that's fair game. But you can let me know, and we can always amend the challenge. So that goes throughout this entire challenge. There's not that many rules. The only rule pretty much is you can't leave the region you spawn in. That's pretty much the only rule. But if there are any nuances to this, feel free to let me know in the comments what you think about this and if we should change the challenge. Pretty much it. Let's see where we are. This is probably Pleasant Valley, I think. I'm pretty sure this is Pleasant Valley. Let me see before I look up the map. Yeah, this is the forest cave in Pleasant Valley. Yeah, I know where this is. So, we're gonna pick up a load of stones. Now ahead there's a cave. Now, Pleasant Valley does have matches, guaranteed matches in the rural store. It's daytime, we should definitely go there. We're not even that far from it here. This is a pretty good spawn, there's a load of loot here. It's one of probably the easiest spawn regions, I imagine. Okay, we're here in the forest cave. And I think I'm actually going to head to, just double check, yeah. We're actually recording. I think we're going to head to the rural store right away, just because we know this match is there, and it's daylight, so that means we have a chance of finding it very easily. If it's dark and you gotta go into the rural store, it's a little bit harder because then you have to fumble around trying to find it. You can find the matches in the dark though, because the matches tend to be in one of 4 places. Always the same, but it can be really finicky. And of course we have the wind against us, so we're walking very slow, which is not fun. And it's, oh, there's a wolf right there. He's bugged out a little bit because of the howling. Oh, there's another wolf right there. This one's heading towards me, but he ran off. Was a little lucky. Okay.
I've never felt so cold.
I'm not worried about the wolves, but I should have picked away more stones. But the wind against me is really annoying. Like, it's really annoying because it means I walk really slowly. I'm running against the wind here. Bedroll is not mega issue because in this region there's several places to sleep. Pretty much every corner of this particular map has somewhere you can sleep. You can sleep in Thompson's Crossing, you can sleep in the bunker by the rope, you can sleep in the plane crash as a bed in that cave. You got the farm, you got the barn, you got Signal Hill. I think there is a bed in the river near Thompson's Crossing. Let's see if we can get rid of this guy. Yeah. There's an easy way to get rid of him, but you gotta stand still. And I'm just not doing that, I'm moving. So that means it's harder to hit. The better way to do it is just stand still and then adjust accordingly. But this is the only danger really. Walking the dog like this is fine. They're not really gonna catch up with you. The only issue is that if they have to run to catch up with you, they could run and get too close and then they attack you, which is not great. Let's pick up some more sticks if we can. I think we should be fine. The rural store is just over there. We'll go there, we'll find matches, and honestly, from that point on, it should be pretty easy. You can just use matches to make water. And the first match or two you can just use to survive, but then after that you can try and plan those matches accordingly, like maybe use them to make a ton of water, for example. So that will be good. And maybe cook a bunch of stuff too, or make it so the fire doesn't go out. There's many different ways you can do it. For example, we could light a fire in the fishing hut in the north of this region, and then have that fire burning forever. Because as long as I return to it within every 12 hours with wood, it won't go out. And then the matches will burn forever. Or that match will burn forever, rather. So there are ways to make one match last forever. And in a region or in a challenge where you are not leaving, then you have access to that fire all the time. So as long as you find matches in the region you spawn in, then you'll be fine. And I think all regions have guaranteed matches. I think Bleak Inlet... yeah, I think Bleak Inlet has too. It says that it varies where they are. Well, pretty much every region should have matches.
It'll be useful.
Alright. Let's get these matches though. So as far as I know, I don't know all the matches by heart, but I'm pretty sure this is the only guaranteed one in Pleasant Valley. But there are also big chance of getting matches other places. Okay, so in here, let's see if we find the matches first. They're usually either here somewhere, or they are behind counter. Like usually here, I think. Or they're on this counter, like here, or they are on the shelf over here. So this time it's on the shelf. There they are. So
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
there's our matches. Okay, let's loot this place. It's a little dark, but we can see. Got beef jerky. We got oats. These are guaranteed also. So you always get oats. That's nice. We got a shooting guide, which is pretty much just wood. We got sewing kit. We got potato. Stomp room. We're never going to use that, so we can just leave this. Never use it. Spray paint, we won't be needing that, I don't think, but we can take it up. Pick it up, rather. There could be cash for Tinder. No. And around here, there can be misc stuff. Nothing today, though, I can see. In here's usually one or two that's locked, and the others are not. Oh, actually cold in here. If I had cold fusion, I'd be warm, but there we are. My starting gear, actually. Pretty standard. Okay. Oops, I forgot to loot the vegetables. Almost forgot about those. Go back inside. And here we are. These vegetable drawers need to be looted too. A carrot. I don't think we'll use these for anything, so we can just eat them. Cook the potatoes. I think that's probably it. Okay, so what we need to find now is clothing, because we're actually cold indoors, actually, which is not great. I'd like to find a pry bar. I don't know of any guaranteed pry bars in this region, but we're very likely to find one in like the barn or something. We'll see. Let's go in here. Let's see, is this a deer carcass? I think it might be. No, I think it's actually a corpse. It is possible to hunt deer without weapons. Just requires a bit of patience, but it can be done. And in a long run in one region, that's probably what I do. This is a pretty good starting region. There's a stew. Nice. But I don't think we can make that. Level 4, sure. Carrot, can corn. Yeah, actually I could make this. I could make this. Assuming I get to level 4, I can make this, yeah. Okay, well we could save the carrots then. If I was surviving as long as possible in one region, then probably I would do that. So it depends really if this sort of challenge should be survive as long as possible in one region, or just 50 days or 30 days or whatever. We have to see. But let's see. So it's -2. I'm quickly going to see if there's any clothing, and then I will sleep or wait an hour, because we need to. There's socks. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Still -1 degree. Okay, let's take the water. We can make hat and gloves. But before we do, I need to warm up a bit. So let's warm up for like, we might as well sleep 1 hour. And then we can get some cloth, and I think if it is -1, we'll probably be warm enough to do that sort of stuff. And then, yeah, this is fine. But let's see here. So we got, let's just grab these curtains here. We're getting cold, but it's acceptable. And if I found that sewing kit, so now I can actually make stuff. So I can make hats or gloves. We'll do whichever is the best. Warm fire, I think they're more or less the same. Hat is 1 degree, so
Sure getting cold.
I'm gonna make a hat. And that's just to mitigate really the cold. And actually do something. There we are. See, now we're actually, it's 0, so neither hot nor cold. And you can actually have 2 of those. So let's make another hat then. And then we will be actually warm inside. There we go. Now we're warming up. Makes things a bit easier. So now we can explore the rest of this area. And then we can make some more stuff. Let's see. So in this room there is nothing else except for this. And there's a cabinet behind this one here. But I need to find a hammer to get access to this. There could be a hammer in this region. Usually in the barn. So if I find that, I can break it down. One minor problem with this kind of challenge is that there will be some randomness to the region. Like you could get a hammer in this region, for example. You could not get a hammer, and that will impact how you play. So it's a little luck dependent. In general, though, it won't make much difference. The only main difference really is that I can think of is that in Broken Railroad, you have if you spawn there, you have to spawn on custom Interloper to go there though. I think you have a 25% chance of getting a hammer at the forge, so you can actually make weapons. And Forsaken Airfield also, there's a hammer that can spawn on the island cottage. Oh, nice. So that means in those 2 regions, you can actually make weapons. Hey, coffee. But the other ones, no. Okay. But the other ones, you could find a hammer, for example. And to be fair, a lot of the regions have a chance of a hammer, which you can just use to break things down. But it's not much of a difference, though. There's very few cases where the hammer comes in handy. The one here, breaking this cabinet open will be one of them, but it's random. Once you open the cabinet, there could be nothing in there. Generally speaking, what you really want is a hacksaw. You want to be able to cut down saplings. So that's really the one you really want. Or assuming you can forge, I mean. And you can use the hacksaw to harvest animals a lot better. So the one you really want is the hacksaw, not so much the hammer. Okay, that's everything in here. It's almost night. I'm going to harvest bit more cloth, but I think I might do that after. Let's loot the area around her first. Yeah. And then we can go. Now, here's another question. Well fed or not well fed? I would say probably not well fed. Because there's going to be limited resources to be found. Raw rabbit. There's limited resources to be found here. There's a lot of cattails. There's some found food like this. There's, of course... there's renewable stuff like rabbits and fish. But I don't know if necessarily it's worth going well fed in the beginning. I think if we do, we'll be scrounging. So I think we're gonna just wing that. Like if we are low on health and we need to heal, I probably will avoid starvation just to keep the meters up. So that we don't take damage. But if we have a lot of health and we're not really worried, then I might go starvation. So it's a bit of a... we'll see. So I've never done this. This challenge isn't new. And many people have done this. It varies how it's done. Well, the general principle of not leaving the region is pretty much the same. Some people have though that the run continues after X amount of days, but you just can't leave the region until day 50. Some people say that it's day 30. Some people say that it's day 10. And it varies on difficulty. So there are no strict rules to this challenge other than you can't leave it. For me, I think I'm going to set either somewhere between 30 and 50 days. It depends. If you get to day 30 and you feel like, well, it's pretty easy, no point really continuing. But we'll see. I have done similar challenges where I have spawned somewhere and I stayed there for a long time. So, but I did eventually leave, and then it became a regular run. But there are people who have done this sort of challenge. Once and Only has done it. Feenan has done it. They both have series on this where they go to one region and never leave. And other people have done it too. And I always liked the idea of it, but I always delayed it. This has been a video that's been on my to-do list for a long time, but I always delayed it because of the DLC. I figured, like, because of all the content that's being added, there's not really any point doing it, and then everything becomes obsolete. But I figured it'd be interesting to do one now, before just one, before the cougar arrives. And then you do it again with the addition of the cougar. And anything else that is added of relevance. There isn't really much next patch, I don't think, content-wise, other than the cougar. So yeah, that's kind of the idea here. I'm pretty sure though that if you do it properly, you can survive forever in pretty much every region, provided you find matches. Or arguably, even if you just find a flare, you can do it. Because it would take a lot of effort, but if you find just a flare, you could arguably start a fire. Ideally in like a fire barrel or something. And you never leave. You just keep that fire going all the time. And then you should be able to make enough water. And also just, you know, cook rabbits and stuff. And I know, like, yeah, in real life that wouldn't work. You would die from rabbit starvation if you only ate rabbits and that sort of thing. But we're not really worried about that sort of detail in this challenge. So I think in most regions, as long as you have matches, if you do it right, I think you can survive forever. It's just that it would be a bit of a grind in terms of keeping a fire going and getting wood and also getting things to cook. But in principle, I think it could be done to survive forever in any region. Forever. But just to set a natural limit, usually these challenges have a set days you should survive. Which usually is 50 days, but sometimes people do less. 30 days is also common. That's because they feel like when you get to 30 days, you're like, oh yeah, no, I'm... Did you hear that? Sound like a bear. Is that just me? It really sounded ominous. I probably misheard, but that was weird. But yeah, sometimes you survive 30 days and you're like, oh, okay, well, I got 30 days now and it's pretty easy. I don't see why I couldn't survive, you know, another 10, 20 days or whatever. So it's not uncommon to set it for 30 days as well.
I'm freezing.
Some people have also done this for 10 days because it's challenging enough to do it for 10 days on Interloper. And then that itself is like an achievement. If you survive 10 days, they're like, yeah, it's good enough. Okay, we're gonna open all these houses, so to speak. In here, there's usually not much. Obviously, we can break down the crates for wood, but that's it. Okay. And I just came from there. I'm cold, but I'm not too worried about that.
I want to lay down for a bit.
And it'd be interesting to do this challenge again with the cougar on, and then see how that works out. Now, of course, you could just do the same thing with the cougar off, and it'll be pretty much the same challenge. But just, you know, because it'd be interesting, put the cougar on, you know, see how that changes things. Or make it more intimidating to go outside, for example. This room we have to come back to when we find the memento key. Because then we can open, I think it's this piano. And then you get like some stuff from there. For now though, it's just books and that. We'll take these. Alright, so that's it for now. It's still light. We could keep going really. There's also those buildings over there, but I think I might take advantage. I'm a bit cold though. Wondering if I should maybe sleep in the barn instead. Grab this rabbit here.
Need snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Few rabbits here. Let's see if we can grab those. Okay, well I guess you are not first. They're pretty blind from behind, the rabbits. Let's see here. Can I get this rabbit from here? Another good thing about this region is that it's got a lot of birch bark. Make things easier. Is this rabbit stuck up here? I think it is, right? Or did it go around? It says somewhere, I can hear it. Going around, or where is it? I can hear it. There it is. Don't think I'm gonna go for well fed. We'll see though. Where'd you go? Are you trying to escape me? The only problem with grabbing this rabbit is that it'll smell like a lot. I'd only have a few slots to make water, so the 6 help stove isn't really that important. I think I'm going to keep going, head to the barn, see if I can grab some more rabbits on the way. Drink. Not too bothered about the cold damage right now. Basically utilizing the weather. Hello there. The way you hunt deer without weapons is you gotta do what's called the thief method, which is you push the deer into a wolf. It's kind of hard to do though, they don't always do what you want them to do. But if you do that, you get the wolf to kill them, and then you scare off the wolf, and then you got yourself a deer. So that's how you can do that. And of course you can get their meat and their hides from carcasses, so you should be able to make their boots and boots and what's the other one? legs in pretty much all of the regions, I think. Assuming the region has a workbench, which I think most regions do. Is there a region without a workbench? I think so. I'm quite cold, but I think we'll manage this. We'll grab all the rabbits we can here. That's food. And now I smell to high heaven, but I'm not that worried about it, if honest. Because we're very close to safety. Let's just make sure we grab all the cattails we can. One missing? There we are. I thought it was one missing. One over here too. We're taking both the head and the stalk because we are level 1 fire starting, so we need the tinder. That rabbit's over there, so we can wait to grab that one a little bit. This is a potential moose spawn also, but I don't see markings, so this moose isn't here. It's either further into the birch forest, or it's by the pensive pond, or it's not here at all. Because I have 3 stink lines, I can probably get the bear on me. There's the wolf. I want this rabbit though. So you gotta go, Mr. Wolf. It's my rabbit. It's easy enough. You just approach the wolf, wait for it to growl, and aim at it. Hello. Bye. Fine. Right, now we can go to the barn. And we're losing some health, but we should be fine. Now we got like 4 rabbits. It's a little tricky right here. If a wolf shows up right now, it's a little tricky. We got it. But there's very often wolves around there, and I have 3 stink lines, so this is a little bit risky. But I am going to check over here quickly. And we can harvest the rabbit in the darkness, so I'm not worried about that at all. We are very likely to make the farm our main base here, because the farm has also a 6 hob stove, just like Thompson's Crossing, and it's just more central and connected to everything. And it's got a workbench in the basement too, so that's where we're going to be. So yeah, gotta very quickly check these tractors. Yeah, let's go for it. Picking up a load of stones just because I want the stones for wolf deterrence, because until I use a torch, the wolves, I don't really have a way to deter the wolves other than terrain. So having a bunch of stones means I can just throw a bunch of them to either distract the wolves, or I can hit them on the head and then they run away. Okay. Here we are. So, here we are. It's a bit dark, but I'm not too worried about that. I can kind of see, but I will miss stuff, so I'm only going to loot a couple of things. I'm actually not warm. It's -2. What about inside the truck? Let's have a look. Yeah, here it's warm. Let's see, can I make the... no, I need more cloth. I should have actually grabbed some more cloth when I was there, because then I could have made the gloves. Kind of forgot to do that, if I'm honest. But I think we can just stay in here. We're going to do starvation, I think, for the moment anyway. Let's just stay in here and harvest all of this stuff by hand. Takes a while, but we are warming up.
Starving.
And I might... let's see. I don't think we'll go for well fed, but that's because we're going to be here a little while and I'm not very high on health. I think we'll eat a little bit until the next day, just so we don't take too much damage. Something like this, I think is good enough. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So let's harvest all this stuff. We'll light the fire when we can, but not. We don't need to do it right now, though. And we need to put these to cure, of course. And I could do it while I'm doing this, but I'm just going to do it all at the same time. Okay, there's the starvation again. That's alright. It's not a big deal. We'll eat some before we sleep. This is taking a while, but it's because we got to use our hands. As I can't see, so it's hard to really loot anything. We might just stay in this building for a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so let's exit the vehicle.
I think I need to lay down.
Let's drop guts and the hides. Let's go back into the vehicle. Let's create the lichen. We're gonna sleep into the next day here, but it doesn't make any difference. And then also the stack of papers. Turn that into a thingy. And then do I have bandages already? I found one. That's good enough for now. Okay, let's sleep here for 10 hours to regenerate. And we're going to eat... we'll eat the cattails for now. And also these crunchy stuffs, actually. We need about 600 calories. Let's eat one more. Good enough. There we go. And then we'll use the match later. Let's just do this. And then we're going to sleep here in the car. Because this is basically a sleeping bag. We'll sleep here for 10 hours. There we are. The rabbit meat is on me, of course, so it got ruined, but that's okay. A lot of health now. And this is actually just drop the rabbit meat. And then we have a drink. Let's just starve ourselves for the moment, at least. And now we can actually see it's midday-ish, so we can loot. I'm picking everything up, because might as well. I didn't pick up that stump move, I guess, but let's pick everything up. In here, there's a stim also, so we're guaranteed to find a stim, which is nice. This we don't need. Ah, here's cloth. Nice. So we'll have one stim. Only one, because we won't find any random stims. There are pretty much no random stims on Interloper. There's a couple of exceptions that can spawn, but not in this region. So. Oh, pry bar! That was quite hidden. I don't know if I ever looked under this car. But that's great. Now we can open the containers that are locked. There's some here, and there were some back in the rural store as well. We got ourselves a torch, 66%. Okay, wood. I probably won't make a fire until we get to the farm, because then we can make the most amount of water. Okay, take the charcoal. Okay, let's have a look. Actually, quickly, let's check the car, because it was dark, so I couldn't really see that well. Yeah, so there was no stim here, okay. There's also anything here, though. Always check all devices, even though they are fixed, the Mentos. Alright, so... yeah, this also we can...
Nobody needs this anymore.
I don't think we need that. Let's open this stuff. There's the stim. Nothing. Here's our stim. So we got one emergency exit. On Interloper there's kind of one stim per region. There's a couple of exceptions though, and there's some regions that don't have a stim. But mostly you'll find one stim per region. Like Mystery Lake doesn't have a stim, for example. Glove. Hammer. No hammer. Okay, that's it here. So we are done here now. Don't think there's anything else here now. I think I'm gonna continue, and I am gonna stink picking up all this stuff. But I think I'll be alright, because also, you know, wolf could kill a deer. So we'll be okay. We're gonna head to the farm now and set up a base there, a regional base. Okay, we got decent weather, and this means we can see the wolves from miles away, even with pretty stink lines. There should be rabbits here on the left, so I'm gonna go over to the road There's rabbits on this side, there they are, and there's also rabbits by the mini barn and near the farm. The mini barn can also have a rabbit hat, which is rare. I don't know exactly the chance to get it. I'm guessing it's, if I had to guess, it's a 1 in 4 chance. That would be my guess anyway. Only 1 rabbit here. That's alright though. Whoops. So crafting the rabbit stuff shouldn't be too hard. We will focus on deer later, not right now. I don't think realistically I'll go for well-fed until I start fishing. And that will be my guess anyway. Okay, we got quite a lot of deer around here. Now, this is a very large region. This is one of the largest regions in the game. I think Forsaken Airfield is bigger. I think maybe Stone and Contamination is bigger as well. But this is a pretty big region. But a lot of people don't like this region. It's often called it Unpleasant Valley. Because of all the blizzards. I don't know, and I don't think that the region actually has more blizzards than other regions. It's just that when the blizzards hit, they are very impactful, because this is one of the few regions in the game that's very open. Like, you have a massive open area, and then you have safety around or like you have structures and stuff around the edges. The Forsaken Airfield's the same. It's pretty open in the middle, and if a blizzard hits, then it's very difficult to navigate. So I think that's mainly the reason. But it's not a bad place. Some people also have this as their main region. I always have Mr. Lake as my main region, just because it connects to everything so easily. But this is also pretty good. It connects to most things pretty easily as well. It's a good region. And this is a good start pilot region, because it has a decent amount of buildings and stuff, and it's a good baseline. You know, how long can you survive in Pleasant Valley? It's quite a lot of buildings to loot. There's birch bark. It's quite a lot of rabbits and things like that. Oh damn! I need to go inside ASAP. I'm gonna get frostbite. ASAP. Get inside. And we will loot this stuff later. I do not want to get frostbite. Let's just head inside this mini barn over here. And we might even make a fire here just to not get frostbite. And then we'll carry the fire to the other side. Because this is a bit too close. I thought the frostbite risk would go more down when I slept in the barn. So I honestly didn't really look at it. But it's pretty high. So we need to be a bit careful. Yeah, we probably can make it to the farm, to be honest, but still. What is it exactly? 76. Okay, well then I think we can actually I think we'll be fine. Let's just see also, we can grab a rabbit or two here. Should be, I think, 2 rabbits at least. See 1 though. Usually there's 2. I don't think I remember seeing the rabbit go that way. Let's just grab this guy. There we go. Alright, let's head inside ASAP. There we are. Let's just see what the frostbite risk is in here. 76 still, okay. For the hands? Okay, well, I think we'll be alright then. I'm actually cold in here, which is not ideal. I didn't expect that. But okay, well in that case, let's try and be quick. And then we'll head to the farm. We'll loot there. Just go up here and check if there is a rabbit hat. That would be good. We are likely to find better gear, so oops. Oopsies. We are likely to find decent gear in this region in terms of clothing because of the plane crash. So I wouldn't be too surprised if I find a wool toque and that sort of thing. You very often find combat pants or something equivalent at the Signal Hill. So this is a region that's pretty good in terms of loot. The other one would be like if you spawn in Timwolf Mountain. Of course, it depends if you have a hacksaw or not. Then you can access the summit and you get a lot of loot there. So there are some places that have a lot of loot. Sonar Contamination has a ton of loot, for example. There's also some nuances to this challenge. For example, in order to make things as equal or as hard as possible, you could say, for example, hey, we got the hat. Look at that. Hat.
This stuff will come in handy.
Very nice. Look at that. Nice. You could say that in a challenge, you're not allowed to loot or use kind of like chance spawn items that impact the run quite a lot.
This pack is getting
So
too
for
heavy to carry.
example, okay, we should be fine. So for example, here's some examples, right? So if you spawn and you do this sort of challenge and you spawn in Timwolf Mountain, there's a chance that a hacksaw spawns. And if the hacksaw spawns, you can open all the containers, including the summit containers, which will give you a ton of loot and some resources, which will make survivability easier. So in order to standardize the challenge, you could say, well, even if a hacksaw spawns, you're not allowed to use it. You could say, right? Or you could say you are allowed to use it, but not for the containers. But you can still use it to harvest their carcasses. But then that's the same thing though. If there's a chance spawn for a hacksaw in the region, should you then loot it, right? There are some regions where you always find a hacksaw. For example, in Hushra Valley, you always find a hacksaw. It varies where it is, but it's always there. So in that case, here comes the wolf over there, I can see it. In that case, if you find a hacksaw, you might as well use it for carcass harvesting, which basically means you're able to harvest there, because without finding a hacksaw, you can't harvest there in this challenge, except for ravage their carcasses. So it does impact the challenge. So there are some nuances like that that needs to be ironed out. I didn't know I did that because of this. The wolf right there. He kind of gave up. Yeah, so that's something to discuss. Let me know in the comment what you think about that. Like, should the challenge be standardized? So if I do a whole series on this, so I try and survive, whatever, 30 days, 50 days in every region, which I plan to do after part 6 comes out. I might do one in part 5 just to compare it to Cougar. But the whole set would be part 6 and after, I think. But then please let me know what you think. Do you think it should be like standardized so that you can never use a hacksaw, for example, unless you're in a region where there's always a hacksaw? Or are you allowed to use random things? What about things like the rabbit hat that spawned? This is a kind of like a chance spawn as well. What about the hammer in Forsaken Airfield, and well, the hammer just in general, you know, those sort of things. There are some things that might be chance spawns, but they're pretty common. So, for example, there can be a skillet in the farm. There can also be a skillet in the Thompson's Crossing. So you can have 2 skillets, or you can have 1, or you can have none. But that doesn't really matter that much, I guess. It's not a major impact. So, but the hacksaw is the only major impact. All the other ones, including this one and even finding the hammer, are really minor impacts on this kind of run. The only major impact really is the hacksaw, because since they added that patch where you now need to make an incision to harvest an animal, you have to have some sort of sharp object to harvest an animal. The exception is ptarmigans and rabbits, where if you harvest them, you lose a bit of the meat when you do it by hand, unless your skill is high enough. But for deer and wolves, and well, on this challenge it's pretty much just deer, you need to make an incision first. So then you can't. You have to use the hacksaw. Although actually, now that I think about it, hold on. I think if a wolf kills a deer, I think you don't need a hacksaw actually, come to think of it. Because the wolf has bitten the deer and then made the incision with its teeth. It's been a long time since I had a wolf kill a deer for me, so I'm not sure, but I think actually that's how it works. If that's the case, and I think that actually is the case, come to think of it. That was a bit of a ramble for no reason. Then the hacksaw doesn't make that much difference anymore, I suppose. It just makes it easy to harvest things, but you don't need to harvest them. So in that particular case, I guess the hacksaw is not that big a deal. The exception is Timberwolf Mountain, where it will make a big difference. It makes a really big difference. Everywhere else, though, it's a minor difference. So you have to think about that, though. It's still a question: should you allow random loot? I think in general it won't make that much difference. There's going to be a lot of randomness anyway. Like I might open a drawer and be like, "Oh, Mackinaw! There's a Mackinaw in here," you know. And the next time I open that drawer, there's nothing. So there's a lot of randomness regardless of how you do it. So I guess it doesn't really matter. The more I think about it, the less it really matters. And the only exceptions I can think of is the hacksaw makes a big difference in Timberwolf Mountain, and the hammer makes a big difference in Forsaken Airfield and Broken Railroad.
I'll take it.
Those are the only 3 cases I can think of. Yeah, I think those are the only cases. I can't think of any other cases where it would make any difference. But you can always say that you can't use it in those particular regions, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, you can see I'm thinking about this. You can see there's a scientist in me who's like, oh, I want to make things standardized, equal across regions, and so on. But, you know, the more I think about it, the less it matters, except for those 3 cases. But please, yeah, let me know what you think. Ooh, matches. That's lucky. See, here, this is why I'm talking. This is an example, though, isn't it? This is a random spawn, and this will impact it, because now I have more matches. They're not guaranteed. Should you be allowed to loot more matches than guaranteed ones? Yeah. There's so many smaller things like that, that at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't really matter what your luck is, if it's good or bad luck. You should be able to survive regardless on the resources you find. But again, there are those 3 exceptions with the hacksaw and the hammer that really do make a difference. So there is that. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. In any case, though, we're here in the farm, and we're going to sleep and stuff here. But first, we're going to drop all our pelts, drop our guts. Going to make a fire soon too. We're carrying a bunch of stuff, including I think 2 rabbits. 2 rabbits here, which we need to harvest. We're not going to do that right now, though. We're going to loot some more first. We're very slow because we're carrying a bunch of stuff. Really, let's put on gloves we found. So now we actually have stuff for our hands. The frostbite should go away. We don't have frostbite risk anymore. Actually, we got all the slots except for these 2. I guess this, but we won't find anything. We can make ptarmigan insulation though. So we should get good enough gear. In fact, Pleasant Valley is probably one of the best spawns you can get in terms of early game clothing. So, as I explained many times before, but in case you're new to it, on the Interloper the world gets colder over time. On Stalker as well, but it happens faster on Interloper. And I think it's pretty much, it gets 20 degrees colder across 50 days. Which does mean that if you get really good clothing early in the game, you can go out and not be particularly cold. That is an advantage. And Pleasant Valley has a benefit in that there's quite a lot of clothing around here. There's a lot of houses to loot. There's also the plane crash, so you probably will get a decent set of clothing in this region. Not the best clothing, but a decent set. If you play on Stalker or below, you can even find expedition parkers by chance here. So you can get an okay clothing set there. There's a couple of other cases of that, like Hashtra Valley. You're guaranteed to get a Mackinac jacket, for example, and also an Era. So there are some other cases too where you are guaranteed to get good clothing. But this is also one, and there's a lot of cloth here too. A lot of cloth. Well, some other regions, like Hashtra Valley, there's very little cloth. But yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. Hashtra Valley actually is a little tricky long-term survival because there isn't a workbench there. Well, there is, but it's in a single void bunker, and you can't access that if you can't leave the region. So that one actually is a bit trickier. Is that everything? By the way, I don't think the mic can pick it up, but there's a bunch of people having a party in the neighborhood, and they got loud music and shouting and stuff. So if you do hear something, that's what that is. Okay, I'm gonna start a fire after I've harvested the rabbits. But first, I'm gonna loot the basement. I'm very heavy, but I don't really care because I would like to loot everything and then sort my inventory out and all that stuff. So we're going to do that first. So down here, there's some scrap metal usually. Cables. Usually a little bit of scrap. If you're in a hacksaw, you can of course get more scrap. But the main use for that is really fishing hooks, really. Bandage. Okay. And then here, there used to be guaranteed matches here. But they removed that. So they are actually here today. Oh wow, look at that. Now look at that. So these matches here used to be guaranteed. They were always there, but now they're not. I think actually this is the first time I found matches here since that happened.
Well, this stuff will
oh, a
come in
canister. That's cool. We don't need it, but it's cool that that happens. Yeah, there can be hacksaws as well under here. I don't see anything though. Let's open this. It's getting dark, but I can still see a little bit, so we should be fine to loot this. We got some more vegetables. There is an argument for keeping the vegetables until we can make that pie, I guess. But wait a minute, the pie though, is that, how do you make that? Is that in the skillet or is it in the pot? It's in the pot. Okay, well in that case we can save it for that. Because if it was in a skillet, then I don't know if we can make it, because I haven't found a skillet in the farm or Thompson's Crossing. You find them in kitchens generally, and we haven't found one. So at the moment then, chances are pretty low that we're going to find a skillet at all. So I don't think we can make any of the skillet stuff really. So that's a problem, but we can make things like broth, we can make stew, we can make porridge and some other stuff. Okay, now I am heavy, I am slow, and we got everything looted. So now we're gonna go upstairs, and we probably will harvest the rabbit. We could sleep, I guess. Maybe we should sleep so that we... Is that worth sleeping now? Worth sleeping, to be honest. I think we'll just do it. Let's go and go to the kitchen and start harvesting the rabbits. Let's go. Leave this basement. And we found the can opener. The can opener is guaranteed. There's always a can opener here. At least on this difficulty there is. Okay, so before we make a fire, we're going to harvest our rabbits. We're going to do all of that by hand. It's going to get dark, but that doesn't make any difference. Frostbite risk is healed. They should both be healed soon. There it's dark. Doesn't matter though. Let's go a bit closer so we actually play that stove. Have a drink. We'll drop these to cure after we lit the fire. We should be able to spend only one match because of the accelerant. However, we did find 2 extra sets of matches, which is insane. considering the size of this region and the amount of places you can loot, I think statistically it's very likely you will find one set of matches in this region. So there's those guaranteed ones that I found in Rural Store, and then I think it would be pretty reasonable that you'll find 2 sets. So having 24 matches is not unexpected, but having 36 is a bit more lucky. Let's do some more harvesting of stuff. And we're going to light a fire. I have quite a lot of wood as well. Okay, let's make a fire here. 80% chance. I think we will risk it. 80% is pretty high. And I'm not going to start an eternal fire. Unless you get so far into the challenge where you feel like, okay, now I gotta really think about these last few matches. Then you can start thinking about having like a really long-term fire. Right, there we are. So, let's put the pot and all of these cans and make water in them. And then we're going to cook all our rabbits. Let's actually grab a torch. We can put our food that we're not cooking over here just so we can access the rabbit a bit easier. So let's put our carrots here. We can use the carrots later. Oh, nice and tight. They're not always as easy to stack. And yeah, we can put the peaches here too. This is just to indicate how much food we got. Actually put these next to it, like here. And then we got standard fare, which we can put here at the end. Got some granola bars. Oh, actually they're crunchy. Are they called granola bars? Yeah, they are. Granola bars. And we got some beef jerky, and we got some maple, and we got some more ketchup chips. So I think we'll just put them here. Got some more carrots. And now there's a lot of rabbits and stuff. So let's just put some rabbits here. Let's do the small ones first. Take like literally 2 minutes this one. Let's just eat it. Ah, no, actually we don't need to eat it. Other small ones are there, like very small one. Not particularly many. Do I have any other really small ones? Yeah, this one's very small. We'll do that one. There we are. That's more or less the same. If you have trouble stacking these sort of things, they won't like let you place it unless you put it like there. You can go out and in again, and then very often it will work. Let's see, we also have, yeah, we have quite a lot of stuff. Potatoes as well. We can drop the potatoes. Let's put some more rabbits on though first. So let's just do this. Take the rabbits. It's 8 minutes. Okay, let's cook the full-size rabbits. Those, and we got 6 minutes. Drop our potatoes. You can cook the potatoes, of course, and you get like a baked potato. You can do that, or you can save them for like a recipe. There's quite a big space there between the potatoes, but right. Torch is about to go out. And it's all dry, Adding water. You can't make too much water, especially on a challenge like this. And this is another benefit of this particular region, that you have a 6-hob stove, you know, which you only find. You find that here in Pleasant Valley. You find it in Mountain Town, you find it in Broken Railroad, you find it in Bleak Inlet. I think I'm missing one. Is there another one somewhere? There's 2 here in Pleasant Valley, there's 2 in Mountain Town, 1 in Bleak Inlet, and 1 in Broken Railroad. There's 6. I think it is just those 6. And also sonar contamination. There's 1. There's 7. And 5 regions have one. But those are static, obviously, so... There we are, that's all the potatoes. What else? Well, we got the oil, and this, and we got porridge and salt, and these cans. Coffee we'll carry with us. So these oats we can put over here. Flour we can also put over here. Oil we can do the same. Salt we can do the same. We can put them in these ones if we want to. Can you put it there actually? Kind of. There was a bit of green there. I saw it. This is getting worse. Come on. I saw it. Ah, whatever. Who cares? And then we got Summit Soda. 3 of those. This is our non-renewable food source here, pretty much. Okay. 5 minutes. 4 minutes. It's past time until this is done. Take the take the rabbits. Cook some more rabbits. Yeah, 7 minutes. Grab the water. Some more water. And let's put some more wood on here. I'm not going to put the reclaimed wood just because I can use those to make fishing tackles. No, tip-ups, sorry. Here we'll put our water. If we find another pot, we can make even more, but since we have the can opening, we'll find several cans. Find is really the wrong word. Okay, there we are. Nice. Okay. How else? We got 3 raw ones. There's a frostbite risk heal, yep. When I go to bed, I'm going to put some stuff outside. Now, of course, yeah, we need to drop these to cure. So let's drop our guts here. Let's drop our pelts here. And our storage is basically this. So we might as well do that now. So we don't need to carry all this stuff around. We can put all the reading books in here as well. Also put a set of matches in here too. The books is fuel, so we'll put the books except for 1. We can carry 1 book with us, I guess. Now we don't need that because we'll have torches. Oh, I hate this actually about books. They kind of glitch out. That's better. Let's see. I feel like 20. This sounds like they're closer to being done, but I guess not. Okay, what else can we put in here? Canister we can definitely put in there. We'll put the clothing we don't need in there for now. We might as well put one of the coffees in here, I guess. No, actually, let's put that on the table, if anything. Spray paints, put all that in there. We can put the fuses and wires. We can put the whetstones in there. And cured leather and cloth we can keep for the moment. Okay, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Let's see, let's grab some torches. We need some torches with this challenge. Oh, we really need this 1, but... Oh, these are terrible torches. I would like to have at least 3 good ones. That one's pretty good. Good enough, anyway. Ugh, these are very bad. Might have to harvest these. Okay, that's good enough. Let's see. 5 minutes. Oh, this is almost burnt. There we go. Let's harvest one of these torches. Yeah, water's done. Make more water, as much as we can really, so that we don't have to worry about it. This is really easy, to be honest, this region, so far at least. Let's put some more sticks on here. Keep this fire going for a little bit at least. Let's harvest the ruined torches. As well as the low condition torches. And we don't need to carry all these torches around. Now it's really easy to deter wolves also, but using a match would be a shame just to deter a wolf. Okay, there we are. The lantern fuel I'll also leave behind, I think, because the lantern fuel will be for a storm lantern or it's an accelerant. Let's see, we got... I guess we could put the reclaimed wood in here. It's easy to find more of it, of course, but... Let's put the cloth in here too. And a fishing hook. Put one of the sewing kits in here. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. We can also, let's see. Yeah, let's put one of the coffees here. We'll do the high condition one. Put that just, yeah, I guess. There's a little table of feasts. Okay, so now we are good there. This is almost burnt. Oh, this has not been cooked, the one that's ruined. There we are. And just because we don't have cooking level 5 yet, let's just put some rabbits out here. I only need a little bit. My wolf is here. Go away. I knew you were here. I could hear you. Go away. Don't want to deal with him coming around the corner. So let's just drop here. The big pieces, pretty much. Yeah, I guess that is good enough for now, anyway. Good enough. Okay, I think we're near the end of this stuff. How is
I need to find a place to rest.
how's our clothing condition looking? Some of them are not great, so we should maybe repair them before we head out. It's not a bad idea. We can just stay here for a little bit. Recover some health and whatnot. Let's just keep making water though. At least until the big one is done. Yeah. I think this is good enough for now, really. So yeah, I think even that's good enough. Let's wait until this is done, and then I think that's it, really. I think it's past time, I think. That's it. 15 minutes. Let's harvest some curtains. Are there curtains there? There should be. Get some more cloth for repairs. 42 minutes. Okay, well then we can do one more round of this. 42 minutes. Okay, we put 2 sticks on here.
Pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
I think we're good. Curtain step. And where else are the curtains? Actually, I can't really see, so let's just put some more sticks on here. Yeah, but there are curtains. Oh, there's 2. Yeah, let's just grab these 2. I can douse this. Let's see. How long has this got? 9 minutes. Okay. Let's take all this stuff. Take the pot and one of these cans. Let's move these like that. And I think that's it. We might as well just have a torch we carry up. So there we are. There we go. Our run has a good start. Let's sleep into the day and recover some health. Maybe do some repairs. So we're going to eat here then. We'll eat the lowest ones first, and let's also actually eat the low condition one first. Because that's more likely to give us food poisoning. I think that's actually enough, but let's eat these 2 tiny pieces as well. I'm not too worried about optimizing it so that I have exactly the right calories. I think you need, is it 750? I think it's 750 for 10 hours. 750, yeah. And see, actually I'm missing a 715 I got. Let's just eat one of these cattails and we should be fine. There we go. Okay. Actually, one thing I said earlier in the video that you can probably survive pretty much forever in every region, provided you have matches. But it's not entirely true because of scurvy. So because of scurvy, you will eventually just die. There are cattails, but they are not renewable. There's birch bark, but not every region has birch bark. And there's finite rosehip, so some regions like this one, there's probably enough birch tea to sustain you at least for a while, and you can fish also. But if you can't fish in the region, then you will eventually die. Okay, I think I want to... Maybe I should wait to repair. Take advantage of this, because I might find better gear that I want to repair. So maybe we should take advantage and just head out. We'll drop these torches here. It's wood. Okay. Wood. Carrying charcoal just because I want to map a little bit. But I guess we don't need the charcoal right now. We can do it later. But let's carry a little. I know the area, but it's just I like mapping. Let's take like 3 or something. Okay, I think that's it. We can carry these with us just because it makes it easier to sleep later. And yeah, I think I'll wait to repair actually. Okay, so what I think we'll do now, we'll go to, let's see, we can go to the plane crash. I'm gonna starve again, that's fine. Let me just see, maybe I can map here actually. I think it'll be warm enough. Let's see. There's all sorts of details to this that suddenly comes to you, so you got to play it. I'm glad I'm doing a little pilot, because it's like, oh yeah, scurvy is an issue. Oh wait, the wolves can kill deer. There's all these little details. Okay, so we can go to Signal Hill, or we can go to Plane Crash. I think Plane Crash is better because there's more clothing there. We can go to Signal Hill later. But let's go to the Plane Crash. That's a wolf again. Oops. Stupid wolves. Yeah. There we are. There's like 3 wolves around here. So 3 of them, yeah, see? They're annoying. Let's go out the other way. We'll go out this way. I do smell, that's why. I could leave these behind, I guess. We got cattails. Maybe we should just do that. But in which case, let's leave them outside. Just to not smell as much. Yeah. I was going to take them with me, so that I could eat them in case I sleep somewhere else, which is likely. I don't think I'll sleep in the farm tonight. But I thought let's just make it a bit easier on ourselves. I'm still going to grab pretty much every rabbit I find though. We're going to go to the plane crash, and then we're going to decide from there which route to take. I think we'll go to plane crash. And then maybe 3 strikes. Or maybe we should go straight. No, we'll go plane crash first, because 3 strikes. There's stuff to harvest. Wait a minute. I don't know if I want to harvest any of the carcasses. There's a lot of carcasses around. Deer carcasses. There's one over here. There's one by 3 strikes, and there's one by the plane crash. Don't know if I want to harvest them unless I am carrying a torch already that I can use to light a fire. Or if I'm in a position where if the blizzard or wind hits, I should be able to, you know, douse the fire. I think what I might do is I'll go to the plane crash. I should have dropped some of these sticks actually in the base. I don't need to carry them around. That was a mistake, but well, we got a lot of space. Now, if you find a mag lens, then you're golden, but I think Mystery Lake is the only region that's guaranteed a mag lens, I think. But you can find up to 3 of them in Interloper, 3 or 4. I think Mystery Lake's the only guaranteed region, I think. So if you find one in Mystery Lake, you might as well use it because it'll always be there. It'll be part of the region. But in other regions, it's again one of those things up for debate. So you see, the challenge, the rule in this challenge is simple: never leave. But then there are, depending on if you want to standardize the test or not, you have to decide if certain things are allowed or not. If you randomly find a mag lens, can you use it? If you randomly find a hammer in Broken Railroad, can you use it? This sort of thing. And I think most people don't really care about that, because it just gives you an advantage, but doesn't necessarily make it so you can survive forever. It just makes things easier, especially in terms of scurvy. But it's something to think about, you know. Sometimes even the simplest things are more complicated than they seem. Now that I have fire, I'm not too worried about too many stones. Let's pick up all the cattails we can.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because it really...
In terms of bedrolls, I think you can find a bedroll here, and that's another thing, isn't it? Like bedrolls. Like, again, in Mystery Lake, I think you are guaranteed to find a bedroll in Mystery Lake. It will always be on the blinds, camp officer, trappers, or the cave. Yeah, I think you always find a bedroll in Mystery Lake. So if you find one there, you might as well use it. The other regions, it varies. Like here, I think you can find one. But it's I think it's in one of the blinds, but I don't usually find one here. But then again, it's like if you do find one, should you use it? See, it's the same questions. Me personally, I kind of like standardizing things, so the things are the same across all the challenges within reason. So unless I kind of like the rule that if a region is guaranteed to have an item, even if it varies where it is, you can use that item. But if other regions are not guaranteed to have that item, maybe you shouldn't use it. But the exception is minor things, minor variations, like the clothing you pick up and the matches you find. You know, those sort of things give you an advantage, but they're not, you know, as varied as other things. So those are sort of details I have to think about for when I do this challenge as a series, because I do want to do this for every region in the game, including the connector regions. By the way, if you want to see this challenge from other content creators, there are several that have done it. I mentioned it before, that Athenon has done it. I don't know if he's done all the regions, but he has done the challenge for sure. And Once and Only has done it. I'm pretty sure they both call it Escape From. I'm not 100% sure. There are others who have done it too. There's also a YouTuber called Kirk Steven, who is part of my team. He has done it for the connector regions. I don't know if he's done it for all the connector regions. For him, though, it was called something else, based on a suggestion in my chat in Discord. But yeah, but I don't think he did all the regions. There's 3 more rabbits. Well, it might actually be 4 rabbits, which we are definitely going to grab. I might leave them here though, outside of this hut, just to harvest them later. We don't need to do it right now. Grab all of these. Cold, but that's alright. Oh, that's a lot of mushrooms there. Grab the rose tips. We might as well grab everything. So in a normal interloper run, I don't actually grab all of the plants. In the early game, I grab quite a few just to level up cooking, and also I'll have them handy for medicine, but also for teas, for traveling and warming up. But then I kind of stopped doing it, because I just leave them as like future food sources. But now, I mean, surviving in the region, so sorry, I had to try. I had to try because he was running right towards me. I thought it'd be funny to try and get two in one go. It was kind of stupid, but you know, why not? All right, let's get him now. Right, and then one ran past me somewhere. Yeah, I think there's actually 4 of them. I think there's 4. There's one, here's the 3rd one. Look at all these footprints. Let's see, so that's 3. Is there a 4th one? Or did I imagine that? Got so many mushrooms there. I always carry 2 of these lichens, so bandages, so I need 3 of these. Let's make one. Or in the house. Maybe it was just 3. I just thought that I saw 3, and then like a 4th one came behind the tree, so I thought there were 4 of them, but I guess not. I think the 4th one, if there was one, would have come back by now. Also, 4 rabbits on Interloper is uncommon, so I probably missed. Alright, let's go in here and warm up a little bit. Loot, and maybe create something just to warm up a little bit. What time of day is it? It's almost. I think we'll leave the rabbits out here though, so I don't attract wolves like crazy. Although by the plane crash, it's unusual that wolves will come and get you, just because it's kind of not inaccessible for them, but almost inaccessible. So you usually don't have to worry about wolves up there. Is that it? I think that's everything. We found nothing. I think so, yeah. Let's just pass a little bit of time here. I think that's good enough. Let's drop the 3 rabbit here. Get them later. 1, 2, 3. Get them. They should last like 3 days or something. We're lucky with the weather today, that's for sure. Okay, it's cold again. How cold is it? -14. Okay. I don't have quite a lot of energy. Let's just run a little bit. Because I have to see if I make a fire or not, because I don't know if I'll be warm enough in the cave up there. So maybe I'll make a fire to harvest the deer carcasses up there. Use that to warm me up. Make some water. Grab some torches. Bring the torches back. I don't know. We'll see what we do exactly. Just I prefer, with the limited matches I got, to make a fire when I have a lot of stuff to cook. Like the rabbits. No feathers? I don't know if we needed feathers anyway. Now this passage wasn't always there.
Oh, so cold.
Before episode 3 was released, you couldn't go this way. But before, the plane crash wasn't there anyway, so... Oh, we need to check the bunker also. So the bunker on Interloper will be pretty empty. As in, it will be empty. There will be a bed there though, so we could sleep there. It's warmer than sleeping here in this cave, that's for sure. Yeah, actually, maybe we could do that. We'll see though. It's just up there, the bunker. Now, one of the 9 bunkers, you know, I have a 1 in 9 chance that the bunker here will contain a recipe. And there's also a very, very small chance you get a hammer randomly. But, I don't know if that will make any difference though if I found the recipe anyway. But it's mostly that it's handy in terms of there's a bed there that I can sleep in. Okay, let's see. Am I warm in here is the question. There's a bed as well. I don't think I am warm in here. No, -1 degree. Okay, so almost. Another thing here is coal. Oh, I'm gonna take quite a lot of cold damage here, though. It might be right, though. I'm not gonna spend that much time, and then we can go to the bunker. Yeah, let's do that. Coal in this region is an issue. So there are 2 places I can find coal. And again, it depends a little bit on what I talked in the beginning, whether you consider connectors part of the region or not. So in this case, no, actually, I tell a lie. There is some way you can get coal. But I'll get to that in a second. So the cave that leads to Mystery Lake leads to Winding River. So when you enter that cave, it's really a question of, is that cave in Pleasant Valley, or is that cave in Winding River, or both, or neither? And in that cave, you can find coal. And then there's also the mine to Coastal Highway, the Cinder Hills mine. And that mine has a lot of coal in it, and of course the coal respawns. And you can also find a stim in there. Now, is that Pleasant Valley? Oh, wow. Okay. Is that Pleasant Valley, or is that Coastal Highway? So there's those little intricacies you got to think about. Oh wow, wool socks as well. That it's not necessarily apparent which one it belongs to. There are a couple ways to decide that, though. Let me just loot it. Granola, candy bar. Oh, air wrap. That's a good fun. Doing good stuff. I'm gonna put it on in a second, though. Now, there are ways to decide these things. For example, some of those caves, it will tell you when you enter them. If you check the log, it will say whether you are in what region it belongs to. It will say. So then it's a question of if you should follow that rule or if it doesn't matter. Traditionally, people consider the mine, Cinder Hills mine, they consider that Coastal Highway. The reason that has happened is because of how you count the stims. So typically when people count how many stims there are in the game, they don't say there's 2 stims in Pleasant Valley. They say there's 1 stim in Pleasant Valley, and then there's 1 in Coastal Highway, which is considered the one in the mine, right? So in that argument, you'd say that the mine is actually Coastal Highway. See what I mean? But yeah. But in any case, those 2 places you can find coal. However, oh wow, see what I mean? You can get really good clothing items up here. Really good ones. This is quite a good start, clothing-wise. I didn't get a skill, see, combat pants. This, I would say, is, in my experience, above average loot from these suitcases. Usually you get t-shirts and jeans and baseball caps. Sometimes you might find like a thin wool sweater or something. But usually don't find loot as good as this. Combat pants. I don't think I have found wool toques a couple times. But I don't think I've ever found combat pants before. Let's head to the bunk before we get too cold. I'm not sure we can go up here actually for the bunk. I never tried. Actually, no, I have tried once, but I don't remember if I succeeded. I don't think I did. Let's see if you can. It looks like you can, yeah. Correction, you can't. Maybe you can, but it's not worth finding out. Alright, we're getting cold very fast, we're losing health. Let's head to this bunker. Check that out. Possibly stay there, and we'll put up our clothes. There's a bear around here as well, though, so we gotta be a bit careful with that. Doesn't seem like the bear is out at the moment, anyway. If it is here at all. There's multiple bear spawns in this region. And they won't all be active at the same time, so looks like it's not. Yeah, and there's more rabbits, so let's go. Here's the cave. This is the bear cave. I don't think there's any loot in this cave, really. There's skeletons there. Okay, so this is a bear cave then. That's how you know that it's a bear cave. So there is a bear. He's either in the sleeping right now, or he's out. Okay, I think a storm is coming because the air is getting whiter, which usually means it's building up for a blizzard, as opposed to just like being a regular storm. Yeah, pretty sure this is a blizzard. We're gonna stay in the bunker, I think. Maybe if we warm up and want to do something in the night, we can go to the house. But for now, let's stay in here. Let's see, is there still enough light for me to see down here? Yes. So, here we got cardboard, which I don't really care about. We got this grate, which has nothing in it, probably. And yeah, there's nothing here. Nothing at all. But we can sleep here if we want to. I think though, because I'm very low on health, I'm gonna eat a couple of cattails just to not take as much damage. Let's eat a couple of these. And let's have some water. And let's sort out our clothing, because we got some good clothing there. Put on the wool toque, very nice. Let's put on the hockey jersey. Very good. These are roughly the same. Combat pants are definitely better. Cool. Stocks are worse in this case, but they will be better. And we got air wrap as well. So this is great. Very nice. We'll have a closer look at this stuff later. Let's harvest our rabbit and pass some time so we warm up. And then depending on how warm I am now, I will maybe make my way to... Yeah, I might... Let's eat a couple more of these. I might actually make my way back to the cabin. It's really not far at all. And then let's just stay there instead, because then I can harvest the rabbits in the night, and also the rabbits won't be lost. Because when it's a blizzard, killed animals can vanish in a blizzard, which you don't really want. You don't want that. So let's head there now. It's not that far. We also need to go to Skeeter's Ridge, which is to my left, or we'll go there later. We won't go there now. The weather is too bad and our condition is too low. As I said, straight for this cabin. We will get cold, but just barely. I don't want my rabbits to disappear, that's why I'm doing this. Because they can despawn in this blizzard, and I would hate for that to happen. So let's just go there right away. But as you can see, it's really not far. It's just down here.
So cold in my life.
Ow. That wasn't intended. Slightly too far drop there. Should be around here somewhere. I think he's just down here. Should be right here. There it is, yeah. Okay, where's my rabbits? So they are 1, 2, 3. Take them inside. I think they have to be not frozen.
Not sure I can carry much more.
But I don't think I can actually do anything with them right now. Let's have a look. Yeah, see, they're not frozen. Sorry, they are. They aren't thawed yet. So let's actually. We can just pass time in here. Really, where's the bed? We don't have to have the bed, I guess. But let's just. There it is. Let's pass time for like a little bit. And let's eat, because again, I have so low health that I want to maintain my hunger for a little bit. There's chocolate as well. Let's have some water. Now let's harvest these rabbits. It's something you can do at night, so might as well. Now I can, yeah. It doesn't matter that I sleep into the next day, because the world is a lot warmer in the afternoon, provided the weather is good enough, that is. The morning, the early morning is really cold. It's among the coldest part of the day. So on Interloper especially, going out in the early morning doesn't really, you don't really gain much from doing that. So there isn't really much incentive to do that. I won't get food poisoning from this. I don't think you can get food poisoning from... hey, level 2 carcass harvesting, nice. From sodas, I don't think. There we are. So now exhausted as well, but now we can heal up as well. So there we are. Got a lot of food. Let's drop our stuff here. Let's eat. We'll eat cattails. Yeah, let's go. I kind of lost track to how much calorie store I got there, but I think enough. Sleep for 10 hours. No, I need to eat one more. Okay, there we are. Now we're good enough. Then we sleep for 10 hours. And heal up a little bit. Go, 3 days survived. And I think I'm gonna take all this stuff back to base before I do anything else. Or do I want to leave it here? I don't have that much food really, it's all raw meat, which actually I should have put outside rather than carrying it with me. Well. Question is now, do I continue looting? Because there's a few places to loot. I think I'll take this stuff back and go to Signal Hill for that route. Yeah, let's do that. Now, with regards to what I mentioned before about coal, I kind of lost track because of the blizzard hitting. There are places you can get coal here. The main one being the Misty Falls picnic area. So maybe I could have gone there now, but I don't know. In Misty Falls, you can find the thermos, and you can find rabbits. A lot of rabbits in this region, actually. And there's coal in that cave. Not a lot of coal, but there is some. And that will respawn. So in this particular region, you will always have access to a little bit of coal. You don't really need it though, because you know, in terms of the fire, just use sticks really, and it'll do the trick. But coal makes it easier to travel long distances, because you can just, if it's cold, you can just make a fire and pop a cup of coal on there. So coal makes things easier, even though it's not really essential for this particular challenge. Okay, I have to be a bit careful here because I stink, so I'm going to attract wolves. I think there's rabbits here too. Yeah, there we are. Or rather, rabbit. There's quite a lot of rabbits in Pleasant Valley. So, including like smaller rabbit dens like this. So there's like this one, there's by the little barn, by the farm. There's by the bear cave where I just were. There's by the draft dodgers. There's not far from the farm, there's like a destroyed shed or whatever it is. There's rabbits there. There's rabbits below Signal Hill. There's rabbits by Pensive Pond. There's rabbits outside Thompson's Crossing. There's rabbits near Derelict Cabin or whatever it's called. Rabbits near the river. Probably Misty Falls has rabbits. I'm probably missing some. There's a lot of rabbit places here in Pleasant Valley. There's a lot of places where you can get rabbits. So I think a lot of this challenge will be just like repeating, going to get rabbits really. And the survival of rabbits primarily, even though you couldn't do that in real life, but we're not going to worry about that part. Right, so I'm cold. We might even regroup in there. Wolves. So killing a wolf in this challenge is nearly impossible. You could kill one in a struggle with a pry bar with your bare hands. It's unlikely, but because a pry bar is a blunt weapon, you can't kill the wolf in one struggle. So if you use a knife or a hatchet, if you are in a struggle with a wolf, as long as you don't die, the wolf is also dead, you know? The wolf is gonna die. Because it's gonna bleed out. But with a blunt weapon that won't happen. In my experience, you have to be in a struggle with the same wolf 3 times with a blunt weapon to kill it. The third one it will die. Although I guess that probably depends on how long the struggles lasted. But yeah, you can kill a wolf with a blunt weapon. It's just I don't think it's worth the effort, to be honest. But in Interloper, there is no way to get the wolf to bleed out. You need a hatchet or a knife, and you can't find those. You have to make them, so it's a little bit different. Okay, let's drop some of the stuff. We'll go here and drop our guts. So many guts. And so many pelts. We don't need this many, because there's only so much we can use them for. But that's okay. Having for repairs, I guess. Okay, so we have a lot of sticks and way too many. Let's just put all of these in here. Let's also drop some sticks here, because we don't need this many sticks carried around. So let's just drop, whatever. This many sticks. Doesn't really matter. Oh, carrying another rabbit pelt I missed. Drop that as well. Don't think there's anything wood. Right. Let's drop our. We can put the reclaimed wood in here. I guess reclaimed wood, but whatever. Let's take the cloth out. I want to do some repairs. We'll spend a little time here repairing, because now I have the best items. There might be some more clothing in Signal Hill, but that's okay. We'll deal with that if that happens. Let's repair first, and then we will focus on harvesting cloth after. 70% chance. Take that. It's good. What else? Yeah, this wool socks are low condition. We'll repair until it's dark, and then we'll grab some curtains. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's a lot of fails. There we go. Oh, these ones. Yeah, these ones also. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think we can actually... Let's go and grab some food. Let's grab... Yeah, we don't have that much food, but let's just grab 2 of these. Yeah. Then we'll go towards the curtains. We'll navigate with the... lights here. Let's repair something else. Yeah, the air wrap, for example. Then we can grab some curtains. It's disappearing. I think it's disappeared already. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be able to navigate in the dark now. I know where I am, but the light disappeared from the windows, so I might have messed this up. Oh, okay, well, we'll do that. That's okay though, we can, even if we lose track of where we are, we can just, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do the old trickerino. We're going to drop our trousers. Use those to navigate. See where we are, because I kind of lost track of where I was here. Where's this? Is that stairs? I don't think that's stairs. What's that? I don't know what that is. Radiator, that's what that is. It's a radiator. Don't know where I am exactly. Is that the divider? I think it might be. Yes, There's a door right there. Looking for the... That's the table. At the wall. Right. Got a chair. This is kind of hard. A little bit tricky.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Looking for the way out, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, what's this? The radiator again? Let's see, where is this exactly? Radiator and... What is this exactly? I think that might be the stairs. Table. The table, okay. Let's do this a little bit more. If not, let's do other stuff. Yeah. There was a table. I thought it was the stairs, but it's not. It's just a table. Okay. What table is that? I don't know what table that is exactly. And then we have this. There's the table itself. Is that a dining room table? Is that what that is? In which case, here's the divider, I think. Here's that. Okay, here's this. I don't know what that is. Ah, I'm actually proper lost in this room here. Don't recognize it by just those things. It's a limit to how much I can be bothered to do this though. Is that the way out here? Yeah, and then this way. We go left. Stick to the left. I'll go more left. What's here then? What's that? Something is that way. What's this? Okay, here's a dead plant. That dead plant is in the dining room, isn't it? Okay, now we are... What is this place? It's the table again, I guess? Is that a table? I think that is a table, isn't it? 100% sure, if I'm honest. Oh yeah, is that? Is this exactly? I don't know what this is. Is this the table? It is the table. Yeah. It should be here, isn't it? Here? Yeah, I think that's it. Let's just have a quick look around here, see if I recognize where I am. If I recognize anything here, to be honest. What is this? That is the fireplace. That might be the fireplace. No? Okay, well, they will do that in that case. I'm not sure how much time I can be bothered to look around. We'll just do some other stuff. So, for example, we need to make this. I'll just sleep in the daytime when it's light. You see, I might be an experienced player, but I get lost in the dark too, especially in a place like this where it's very intricate. Very intricate. I will just do this, we'll just make some mushrooms, you know, fine. And we'll sleep when it's light. Oh, like rose hips. All the stuff you can do at night. What else? Bandages, we got 3 bandages. Now let's make 1 more. Rather 2 more. Okay, what else can we do? There's some clothing we'll never use here, so we will, unless they break, we won't use the jeans. I don't think we'll ever use these jeans because we can make the deer pants. Okay, and then here, let's see, the t-shirt. No, I don't think we'll use that ever. Pretty sure jersey's the best, and then it's the sweatshirt, I think, is the best one because of the water resistance and that, I think. think so. Yeah, this one's terrible, the t-shirt. So let's harvest that. Oh, so we don't need 2 hoodies regardless, so let's harvest another hoodie. There's all sorts of stuff you can do in the dark. This one also, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's got some water resistance. That's pretty good. Less protection though. Might be alright actually. I have to check that out. Gloves I'm not worried about either, because you can just make rabbit gloves. And then we got these ones. We can definitely harvest our beloved improvised head wrap. Thank you, head wrap, for all the work you have done. I won't forget. And then we have wool to toques. We don't need a scarf. But we can keep the cotton toque, I guess. There we go. Now it's almost morning again. Anything else? Is that everything? I think that might be everything. Yeah, I think so. We can maybe harvest the lowest torch. Yeah, it takes 2 minutes. I can't be, but if I spend enough time, I will eventually realize, oh wait, I know where I am. But I just can't be bothered to faff around the dark that long. We'll just wait. There are ways. If you just use that jeans trick, you will eventually you'll figure out where you are. Oh, okay, we got the Aurora. So where am I exactly? What the heck? I'm up here? How the heck? No wonder I couldn't recognize where I was. So I went back, and then I somehow went up the stairs. And then there's the radiator. Yeah, there's the radiator. And now I was looking at all this. Oh, that's what this is. I've been going like this. And I've been seeing these things. And then I've just been following here. Now there's the table, you know, and then I eventually made my way here. No wonder I was like, what is this? Because I don't remember there being these sort of open drawers downstairs. That was so confusing. So I somehow made my way all the way up here. That's hilarious. No wonder I was so confused, because I was sure I was still downstairs, because downstairs the only confusing part really is that dining room. It's a little confusing, but once you get out of the dining room, it's pretty easy to identify where the stairs are, because you just find the benches, or you find the shelf, or the door, or the kitchen, and then you immediately know where you are. So once you're out of the dining room, it's pretty easy. But I couldn't figure out where I was. That's because I somehow made my way up here. That's hilarious. The irony is also that if I had looked a little bit further, because I stopped, I would have actually found the bed. That's not funny. Yeah, well, no one's infallible. Let's except Bob Ross. Let's eat and sleep. Let's see, is that enough? No, we'll eat one more cattail. Okay, and let's have another drink. We'll sleep 10 hours. Doesn't matter if it's late in the day. Alright, that's 4 days now.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Ugh, I can't believe that happened. I think actually even someone had said that I think I was at the stairs, but then I didn't recognize the rest. Oh well. Not the first time I gotten lost. Right, let's move all this in here. This is looking good.
I'm so thirsty, I can't think straight.
Alright, this is looking good. I think I'll carry this moldy rabbit around. Have a drink. We'll take some water with us too. We can always go to a single hill. Nice! Let's grab 1, 2, 3 of these and let's check the weather out. Alright, not bad, yeah. Not bad. We need to cook all this stuff, but that's alright, it can wait. Let me just save. Okay, let's go up to Single Hill then, I guess. Yeah, let's go. We got enough food for that. Let's go via the river. No, actually, there's some resources to collect over here. Well, I'm barely cold. -4 with this wind. That's really good. We're gonna loot all the major locations in this place. And then a few others. And then I'll show you the power of hibernation to see how long you can survive. I'm not even going to go in here to warm up. We don't really need to. Oh, our rabbit's out. More food. Not too bothered about the wolves for now. I'm gonna get some more rabbits over here. What's my 7 sticks? That's it. Okay, well let's grab some more sticks then. Well, there is a bear over here, so we gotta be a little bit careful. He's kind of by this rope here. Well, I mean there can be a bear here. I need to go to the birch forest also and get all the birch that's there.
Where can I find
As well as all the cattails. For now though, we can survive for a long time with just starvation and cattails, but that sort of thing. Is a bear? Yeah, it's a bear cave. So is the bear around? Doesn't seem like it. So I'm actually warming up. Wow, look at that. 4 degrees warmth. How much is my clothing? +11. Wow, that's no early game, but still, that's that is warm. Well, that means we got a load of time. Usually ptarmigans up here too, so we'll try and grab one of those. Because we have to use our stones, we'll only grab one. You can, if you're really lucky and really fast, you can stun 2 ptarmigans at once, but you won't have time to grab both of them. Same as with rabbits, you know, if you're quick enough, you can get 2 rabbits with 1 stone or 2 quick successive stones. But by the time you've got 1, the other one's already back on its feet. So ptarmigans with stones, you can only get 1 ptarmigan really. You can get all of them if you use a bow and arrow. Fire-hardened arrows are perfect because they won't flee when the friends are killed. The alternative is to use a noisemaker. If you hit it just right, you can kill the entire block with a noisemaker. I suppose if you're a good shot with a revolver, you can get more than 1. Okay, we're gonna grab this rabbit as well. Oops. Walked too far. But normally I would never harvest this many rabbits because we don't need this many. But I just want it for the meat really. The hides, I don't really need the hides anymore, I'd say. We have enough, but nevertheless. Okay, now we stink to high heaven, but that's fine. Not too worried about it. We have torches and things too. We need to go over here and grab cattails, but we're gonna do that later. I don't know if in this particular test run I'm going to loot every single little mini area that's around. Like, there's a lot of like little cars and this and that, but I will try and loot most of the things. I just wanted to get an idea of how easy this should be. Alright, so here's the ptarmigans. There's 4 of them. Let's try and get 1 of them. There's another flock near Signal Hill. We can maybe get 1 up from there. Best is to really crouch and get close, or you're very likely to miss. Right, they're off. Now let's go to Signal Hill, and there's a bear that can patrol there. And with me stinking, it should be a bit careful about it. But there isn't really any wolves patrolling there. The wolves can come up there, they can, but they're not around there. Wow, this is luxury on Interloper. Going around and being warm doesn't happen very often. Pretty much just in the early game when you have really good gear. That's pretty much it. Late game, if you got cold fusion and the best possible clothing in the game in terms of warmth, yeah, you can go out on a sunny day in the afternoon and be warm marginally. It is possible. It doesn't happen very often. So I'm going to go the long way around to the Signal Hill, because I want to see if there's ptarmigans up on this hill up here. It is up here and on the right, so straight ahead here, it's usually maple as well. Signal Hill is to my right, there it is. And there's wolves down there, they could come for me. I'm not that far away. And here there's very often maple, and if not, there's birch. Not today though, it seems. No, not today, I guess. But there's also ptarmigans up here. I can hear them actually. So then I can get 2 ptarmigans, which is great. Both for cooking and insulation. We need 10 for insulation, so you need to kill... I think it's 10. So you need to kill 3 of them. I think on 2 layers of insulation. Well, that's 5 you need to kill. Angle is a bit awkward here, but... yeah, unless you're ultra fast and hit them in the air, which is not happening. You're only getting the 1. Okay, so I was going to actually possibly even sleep here, but temperatures are so good. We're probably just going to loot this and then continue. The only thing is, where's the nearest bed from here? It would be, I guess, there's a bed in... I was going to go along Mystery Lake back to Rural Store and into Birch Forest. I guess actually it would be the Thompson's Crossing, I guess. I think that is the nearest bed, I think. So yeah, it might be alright, maybe. Take kind of like the stupid way here. Hey look! Carcass. Frozen, yeah. I'm not gonna make a fire though. We don't really need to. I'd rather use this weather to my advantage, to be honest. Okay, be some wood here. There we go. Wires. Alright, let's see what goodies we got in here. Okay, let's have a look. Not the greatest visibility, but it's okay. Bandage, antiseptic. I think there's anything here. Car battery, there's that. You don't need to repair that though, unless I want an Aurora. Flare? Yeah, flare.
I think I can use this.
It's not guaranteed that flare, but it's very often there. Check out all of these things. These cabinets, these random file cabinets, they can have coffee in them. A small chance. Okay, herbal tea, peaches, soup, very nice. A lot of wires and stuff. The wires are obviously to repair the tower. Anything here? Herbal tea is good.
Take it.
Plaid shirt. which is actually better at the moment, at least. Anything under here? No. Up here. Oh, good pointing. Signal Hill has decent loot, but it varies from like alright to fantastic. So I found herbal tea, and you usually find herbal tea or coffee, so it's worth going just for that. And yeah, you usually find like peaches or tomato soup or something like that. But in here, you can find all sorts of stuff. Today I found basically nothing. But you can find combat pants, combat boots. I found ski jackets here. So it's a really good place. Guns on Stalker. So it's worth coming here. Just the breathing. Alright, we're gonna keep going. Let's see. Did you notice there that the breath the character did was very faint compared to indoors? That's because the character's warm. There is a mechanic in the game where the warmer you are, or the warmer sound like ptarmigans, but the warmer the world is, the less of the breath you see, as in the breath becomes more transparent. I'd actually never noticed that for years, and then I saw an interview with the game director Arav from like 6 years ago or something. It's like a video that had like 700 views or something, and he said that was the case. And I thought, really? Is that true? And then I messaged him. He's nice. He usually responds to me. And he said, yeah, no, it's still in the game, and it works like this and this. Like, oh, okay, I never noticed that. The only part of me that kind of knew that is that when I do cinematic shots in the game, when I use a mod for that, so I can fly around and get cinematic shots. When I do that, I increase the temperature of the game so that the character doesn't show breath at all. So I guess it follows that the warmer it is, the less breath you see. But I never really thought about it. So that means that, you know, if you don't know what the temperature is, you can get an indication by just looking at your breath. There is a challenge called the HUDless challenge. Not a lot of people play that challenge. But DH Dunn and Cora and Fizzle both do it. That's exactly what you think it is. You turn off the HUD, so you can't see any indicators. You can't see how warm you are, hungry you are. All of that stuff is off. And also they use usually post-its on their screen to indicate that, so they can't see certain things when they enter certain menus and that sort of thing. So you basically go around the game with no information at all. And you have to go by cues. For example, like Astrid will say things like, oh, it sure is getting cold, or something like that. Or I could eat a horse, you know, which gives you an indication of how she's doing. So you have to go by that. And of course you could go by, if you don't know how warm it is, the breath will indicate the degree of warmth and cold. Plus that she or will say, you know, oh, I'm freezing. This used to have some pretty good guaranteed loot. Oh, there's a bed here. Ah, forgot about that. Forgot about this bed. That's the nearest bed, but I don't think we need to stop here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Those snacks used to be guaranteed. I don't think they are anymore. Could be wrong though, but I don't think they are. Wolf hasn't bothered me yet. Too many detours. There's another rabbit around. Where'd you go? There you are. Don't really need your pelts, I just need your... Oops. Oh, I got him. Quick, quick, quick. Yeah. Load of food from these things. Normally, as I said, I don't really pick up all of these, but It is a survival challenge in one region, so we use what we can. To be perfectly honest, the version of this challenge I'm most looking forward to is the one where there's very little resources around, which is the connector regions. Now that's going to be interesting. Can you survive whatever days in the connector region? Oh, that's going to be fun to do. Also some regions like Bleak Inlet, kind of tricky. Perfectly doable though. Broken Railroad also, no, not Broken Railroad. Desolation Point is kind of tricky because there's no cattails. Damn it. Desolation Point is the only region in the game without any cattails. So it's more limited in that sense. Okay, so I'm not gonna really go into this cave, I'm just gonna check something. So earlier I talked about the connector caves and stuff, and there's debate like, should you be able to enter those in this sort of challenge? I think it's fine, provided you don't exit the cave. So like this cave here, as well as the mine to Coastal Highway, as long as you don't enter another main region, you're arguably still in that original region, so it should be allowed, but it's up for debate. In this particular case though, I do believe that this cave system actually belongs to Mystery Lake. I think if you go in here, and we're just going to check, you know. I'm pretty sure it will now say I'm in Mystery Lake. It will say Mystery Lake Cave System. So if I go on here now, and it just says Cave System, it doesn't even say Mystery Lake. Ah, Pleasant Valley Cave System. Okay. I guess it depends on the entrance then. Well, in that case, for sure, it should be allowed. You know, for sure. But I'm not going to light a torch just to go around and loot a little bit of coal. So I'm going to leave this. Although there it says Carter Hydro Dam and Environs. And Carter Hydro Dam is, you know, Mystery Lake. So it's a bit of a grey area. I don't really care about whether those things apply or not to this sort of challenge. Personally, just because I want to make it a bit harder, I probably will not allow to go into them. Now I am, just to test it, but I think if I spawned here and did this sort of quote properly, I think I would say this cave is off limits, and Cinder Hills Mines is also off limits. I think in Coastal Highway, I would say the Cinder Hills Mines is in limits, just because that's considered the stim of Coastal Highway, but I'm not sure. I have to see about that. If in doubt, throw it out. Okay, so let's continue. It's not really that cold yet. I'm very heavy, but that's okay, because I'm carrying all these bunnies around. But I don't want to harvest the bunnies, because it's too long. I don't have a hacksaw anyway, so I'm gonna do that in the night or something like that. Now here's also a bear spawn. There's two of them here. One up there and one to my right. But I don't hear anything. We've seen two bear caves already, so there's two more. I think there's like 7 bear spawns or something like that in Pleasant Valley, and 4 of them are active at a given time. Now here, by Pensive Pond, there's quite a few resources. There's quite a lot of mushrooms and things. There's cattails, and there's rabbits and rose hips, and yeah. Moose also, and fishing of course. I don't think the moose is here though. I don't see the marking. The moose is either not in this region in this run. Oh, that's a rendering error there. See that? Right there where my thumb is. And then you go closer. This happens. I sometimes do have issues with draw distance in this game, so I have a okay desktop. It's not, you know, a beast by any means, but it's pretty good. And I have all the settings on max. Is that a wolf? I have all the settings on max, like ultra in this game, and draw distance as far as it goes and sort of thing. And I still get errors like this where things don't render properly in the distance. You can go on the ice and coastal highway and you can't see the trees, for example, and the hills. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm not very tech savvy with these things. I'm gonna grab those rabbits. I think we'll do it now. Let's get these mushrooms. And then I think we'll go to probably rural store. So we can go to the birch forest after. We don't have to drag everything back to the main base. Not really any need for that, at least not yet. I'm carrying more than I really need to here, but that's okay. I don't really need this wood. I crouch just to reduce the aggro range of this other rabbit, so it would stop running. Where'd he go? Oh, spooked him. We have a load of teas we can make now. Like a load of them. I'm gonna grab these cattails as well. I'm traveling a lot now because of the luxury of these this temperature. I do carry a bunch of rabbits and stuff though, so the wolves are gonna come for me. I basically have a couple options here. I could go back to the farm or the barn. I could continue to the rural store, Thompson's Crossing rather. Or I could go back to Hilltop Cave. It's not even that far. Sleep there for the night. It's definitely a possibility. I'm gonna grab all of this. Kinda wanna do the whole route all the way up to Misty Falls. Get the thermos and the coal in there. That's kinda what I wanna do. I'm very, very slow though, it's the only thing, because I'm carrying all these these rabbits with me. So I'm a bit slow. It's the only thing.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
I could, I suppose, if I had more cloth, could make a snow shelter. Create a intermediary, an in-between base. You could do that. Could also just harvest, you know, the meat of the rabbits and then leave the rest, but that alone will take a little while too. Are there cattails here? I actually can't see any. No, but there are here. It's starting to get dark now. I would like to get indoors soon. But perfectly well, I do want to get to Thompson's Crossing and then spend some time there harvesting these rabbits and whatnot. I haven't been bothered by particularly many wolves. Been a little bit lucky in that regard. I did see them though in the distance a few times. And you know, you can just avoid them. They will detect you from pretty far away.
Starting to feel numb.
And then if you know that they've detected you, you can just basically do evasive maneuvers, basically. Anything here? Sometimes there's something here. Yeah, there's this. And bandage. I think that was it. It's getting kind of hard to see. I am really heavy. Like really heavy. I have a stim. Okay, now it's starting to get cold. I'm thinking... an option is to make a fire in a cave and harvest stuff, lighten the load. Yeah, we could do that. Could do that. How much wood do I have? Those 70. Yeah, it's alright. We could do that. We could go to the forest cave down here. So that I can then make a fire in it. So drop all my rabbits and whatnot. And harvest them. I can't sleep there, but I can harvest. Then I can take it back to the base or the barn or wherever. It doesn't really matter. I don't have to go to Thompson's Crossing or anything. You know, we might do that just because getting kind of heavy here.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
I'm entering wolf territory as well. So it's very likely a wolf will come for me soon. Yeah, I'm carrying a bunch of these rabbits. It's very heavy. I don't really need to carry them around. I think the warmth bonus, where I was lucky to walk around when it was so warm, that has gone. So I don't really need to be out. We've gotten a lot of resources. I think we'll change plan. And, you know, I could maybe even just go home. It's not even that far, to be honest. Like, the cave is right there. And that's where we spawned also, right there. But down here is the lake. And then you have the barn. And you can even sleep in the barn. And then you have the farm next to it. So I'll take some cold damage, but it's not really that far. I could just go now, to be honest. At least to the barn, because the barn has a bed. Yeah, maybe we should just do that. I'm going to get lost inside the farmhouse again. Yeah, I think we'll head to at least the barn. If I see a wolf on the way, though, we'll improvise. I'm heavy, I'm still picking up sticks, but that's just because in the event I need to make a fire. I have the means to do that. I do need to grab all the cattails here as well. It's more stuff to carry, we'll do it later. But you need to really go along the whole river and grab a bunch of cattails. This is probably one of the best starting regions for like a escape from challenge, because it's so big. There's so many places to loot. You know, which area would be better than this? Ashra Valley is alright. Fallen Masker has a ton of cattails. Ash Canyon too. Ash Canyon is pretty good, because it's a lot of stuff to loot. You also get extra carry capacity, and there's a load of cattails. So Ash Canyon's pretty good. And Mountain Town is pretty good, especially because you got the basin. So you got quite a lot of rabbits, and you got a decent amount of cattails. You got some birch.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
A lot of houses to loot as well. I don't know. I'm not sure which one is the best one or worst one. I think Sono Contamination also, there's so much loot in there. I'm gonna leave these rabbits. I have so many. Just because I see them doesn't mean I have to grab them. We'll grab these though. And I think there's some cattails right here. No? Okay. Let's head to the barn. I think we'll probably stay there. Assuming we're warm enough to sleep, I think we'll just stay there. There's a lot of howls, so if there are wolves by the orchard, they will come for me. Sometimes you're lucky in the sense that if you smell too much, you kind of, what happens is you attract too many wolves, and the wolves don't know how to deal with it. So if you smell a little bit, or a wolf is nearby and it detects you, it just goes for you. But if you smell so much that like all the wolves can detect you, and then like a large area, I think they kind of bug out. I think they basically can't decide what to do. Who's going to go for you, who's going to stalk you, and so on. So they kind of get stuck in this howling animation and that sort of thing. That happened to me to a certain degree in the mist challenge I did. So I did a challenge with eternal mist. It was always foggy, and then the fog never ended. And I thought, and I also had 3 stink lines. And I also set wolves to maximum, and I increased the detection range too. So you'd think the wolf would stalk me all the time, but actually I wasn't as bothered by them as I thought I would. And I think that's because you get a lot of howls. There's so many of them that they constantly interact with each other and they kind of forget who's going to go for you. Okay, so there we are, we're going to the barn for sure now. So I'm quite cold, but we're taking more cold damage here than expected, but it's fine. We can stay in the barn now, we can harvest these ones. Unless I'm cold, then I have to continue, it's just have to. So we've done a nice little loop now. I was going to continue, but yeah, I got too cold. And trekking all the way to Thompson's is not worth it. I'm glad I went back here, actually. It wasn't that far. But going into the cave and just lighting a fire, warming up, and you know, harvesting would have been fine too. Being in the cave, the wolves can smell you, of course, and come for you. But if you drop everything on the ground, that won't happen. So basically, if you harvest, if you have a bunny in your inventory and harvest it, that's different than having it on the ground and harvesting it. It doesn't really make much realistic sense. But that's just how it works. So if I take a rabbit and drop it on the ground and harvest it, the wolves can't smell that. But if I have it in my inventory, then they can't smell that. Okay, we are warm here. Barely, but we are warm. We can sleep here, for example. So I'm going to start harvesting some of these. I'm really not bothered by time at all, because it's a survival next day challenge. Look at all this stuff. I'm going to get the ptarmigans first, because I want the feathers. Look how long that takes. 3 hours. We might as well stay here and harvest pretty much. Hey, we got an aurora. Another reason not to go out. Okay, there's one ptarmigan. The other one too. We got 8 feathers from this. We might even stay on harvest until the next day almost. There we are. Let's have a drink. I think I'm gonna eat until we sleep. Next. I don't know if I care about getting all of the hides. I might get these hides and guts, and then the next rabbits I get from here on out, I might just get them only for the meat. Okay, I think we should sleep. We can drop the meat outside. It doesn't go bad. There were 3 carcass harvesting. What's the condition actually? Oh, beautiful. I think I'll just head to the farm. Okay, that was a creepy noise. Don't see any wolves. I think I'm just gonna head to the farm. We're gonna sleep throughout a lot of the day, and then harvest through the night. That's what we're gonna do. I love this. The sunset and sunrise in the game are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe they did this. I mean, look how beautiful it looks. Right. It could have just been so easy to just have it be like shades of yellow or increased brightness, you know. Instead it's this whole complicated weather system. It's just insane. I don't even know how they did this. Or like the interaction to create the colors and stuff. It's really pretty. It is a proper watercolor painting, you know. And it never ceases to amaze me. You know, I have a lot of hours in this game, and every time I see a sunrise like this or something like this, I'm like, wow, incredible. You know, because it is really incredible. I'm gonna have my torch ready in case a wolf comes out from this orchard. If I had a fire going, I probably would make a herbal tea to heal a little bit extra, but I think we're fine. If I do have wolf footsteps though, I am lighting this torch. Because if I get attacked now, I am dead. The chance of surviving a struggle now is like minuscule. So now I gotta pay close attention here.
It's goddamn freezing.
Can't hear anything. Drop the raw meat out there. Okay, so we're gonna go in and sleep. Need to make more water soon. Can we drop some sticks there? Probably we can. So we'll just pick up more when we're out. And we can drop a wood as well. Okay, let's go and sleep. Let's drop the hides we got here though. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna... There are quite a lot of rabbits, yeah. I will, for the sake of it, harvest these ones fully. But the next rabbits that I kill, I'm only gonna get the meat. Discard the rest. Okay, so let's eat. Hopefully this won't give us food poisoning, but... I think we need one cattail, I think, and then we're good. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sleep for 10 hours. Heal up a bit. Right now it's almost the evening. We're going to... actually, I want to recover a bit of health, so I'm going to eat this rabbit meat here. Just to do a little bit more regeneration. And then we're going to harvest the rest of these rabbits into the night. Are there curtains to harvest there actually? We haven't done these already. No, I haven't. Grab these two. Oh, I hear this one too. Yeah. Yeah, and let's harvest the rest of them. So this is going to take 1.5, yeah. This is going to take a good duration. Yeah, that's creepy. Do you see that? Because the light's blinking, so you only get these fragments of the hand movements. By the way, sorry about blinking. If you're photosensitive, just look away, and I'm gonna let you know when it's done. Okay? This isn't so bad though, but well, you know, it's still there. I will let you know. Oh, I might get dehydrated here. I lost a little bit of health there unnecessarily. Okay. And one more rabbit. And then we'll sleep. We'll heal up a little bit. There we are. Let's eat some cattails, I think. There's quite a lot of food now, just between rabbits alone. This is probably good enough. You can sleep like 6 hours. Heal a little bit. Put 7, but... You only could maintain well fed with just rabbits, but it will require so much work. Alright, now it's morning. We got a lot of stuff we're carrying. Tell you what, I'm gonna actually carry 5 pieces of cloth on me. Just because then I can make a snow shelter if I want to. 5 claws, see, yeah. We're gonna drop these rabbit pelts here. Actually, how many of these are cured? This one's cured. 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 We can actually make something then. Might as well, right? Cured. Yeah, okay. Well, in that case. 1, 2, 3. We need 6, is it? I think it's 6. And then drop the fresh ones, which is these. Ptarmigan feathers we can put in here. Oh, I'm carrying all these wires as well. Yeah, get rid of all that stuff. Ptarmigan stuff goes in there. A lot of teas also. I don't really need to carry all these teas around. Let's just drop some of these in here. How many? Same here, I can drop. I actually drop all of these in there, yeah. And I got meat. Oh, we need to repair this vest. It's almost ruined. Oof. Okay, let's put some more cloth in. It's going to take a little repair session here. And let's see. So, right. These are fresh guts as well. I need these cured guts. Yes, cured. 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 I'm not sure we can make both of the things I wanted then. No. Okay, that's fine. These are fresh. Let's start by repairing. I didn't realize how low the condition was here of this sports vest. The sports vest is not very good, but it's still a sports vest. Better than nothing. So we should repair it to at least be better than that. I don't want it to break. I don't really need to repair anything else at the moment, I guess. Okay, wait. This one is worth repairing because it gives me half a degree. The combat plan. Oh, you can look back. Sorry, I forgot to say. Sorry if you're still looking away and you're photosensitive. I forgot to say it was over. So yeah, you can look back. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see here. We can go and make the rabbit. Can we? But this requires... Oh, it requires 5, the insulation. I must be thinking of the upgrade. Ah, okay, in that case. Doing that too. Bring me the ptarmigans. Okay, we're going to do a bit of upgrades here then. I think we need a workbench for all these things. So let's see. The gloves, I think, is the best because we already have the hat. We found the hat, so actually I need their advertise even less than I thought. But we don't have the gloves, so let's make the gloves. Let's do that. Mittens, yeah, it takes 5 hours. Sure, go. Let's do it. Then the insulation. I think you make the insulation without a workbench, I think. Could be wrong. Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't need a workbench for this. It takes 1 hour. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, so drink. Oh, the food. I forgot I was carrying that stuff around. Okay, so now we have insulation here. And I will happily switch this air wrap for another one. Because this is a DLC item, of course. So this gives 1 degree, this gives 2. This gives 2. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're missing this, and unless we enter a wolf struggle or find something, we're not going to find it. Same here. Okay, deer pants though you can make in time. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, let's go back up and think and probably thinking of maybe doing a cooking session, if I'm honest. We have a lot of meat to cook and a lot we can, you know, wood and stuff too. So okay, you don't need more guts or rabbit hides, that's for sure. I will do what I said. I will Keep 5 pieces of cloth on me in case I really need a snow shelter. Oh, we don't need that. This many bandages. Okay, tell you what, we are going to do that. We are going to cook. Let's harvest these torches. There's no point in having... And let's do a little cooking session. Okay, let's do... Oh, this is almost broken, wow. Okay, yeah, we're going to do a cooking session, I think. Use the wood, we use a book. And as many sticks as we need. I'm going to pick all these up. Yeah, a pickle button would be nice here. Makes it a bit easier. Click, 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 click. Okay, let's do a little cooking session here. Let's grab all the meat that's outside. Might not starve also, just to heal up a little bit. So let's just eat this. Pick up all of this stuff. Now we could make broth. I think we are going to do. We can also make porridge and that. We can wait with that though, but broth. I think broth requires oil, is it? Salt requires salt. Okay, we can make 2 of those broths. So salt it is. Let's make a fire. Yeah, I need some more tinders actually. I haven't been picking them up.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Come on, little fire. Right, put on cedar and a bunch of sticks. Okay, make water. Actually, take that back. And we're gonna make broth. A mistake there. Okay, I should have put the food to cook first before I did that. Oh well. Oh, forgot to do that. Okay, and while that's happening, we could do this, I guess.
Sure I can carry much more.
Oops. Oh, I'm messing up here all the time. I'm just... Oh, I'm gonna go and grab all my rose hips and all that stuff. Because I might as well do that while we pass time. Cooked. Off. Nice. Okay, let's put some more rabbits to cook. 6 minutes. Okay. I can't make broth. Oh, I need water. Okay, well. 3 minutes. Okay, make another broth. What's left of the ptarmigan meat we can cook. 8 minutes, 8 minutes. I'd rather synchronize them, to be honest. So let's just do this. I know this is ready now, but let's do this. All the water's done. Rabbit's cooked. More water. Make all this stuff. Broth is 6 minutes. There we go. We got some broth. A lot of calories in that. Nice. And we don't really have any other stuff we can make. Or is this, you know. I lost one of the damn corns. That was a mistake. But we can make this when I am level 4, which I'm not. Rabbit stew we can make. Maybe we should make that actually, because it gives 50. While the rabbit gives a lot less. Gives 450 or something. Maybe we should do that actually. Take the flour and the oil. Nine minutes. Yeah, so we can make here rabbit stew. Let's do that. It makes us rest better, supposedly anyway. I think this is good calorie-wise. There probably is an equation to all this stuff though, which I can't be bothered to look into. What is the perfect thing in terms of how much...
I can barely walk with this much gear.
You should make these pies and things. Okay, so I'm gonna actually now... I'm gonna eat... I'm gonna heat up the tomato soup so I get another can. I can make teas and things. Are there any other things like that? Like, not the peaches, because the peaches we can use for other things. Yeah, we have a dusty pork and beans, we'll use that. Then I have more recycled cans I can use. It's a bit more efficient. Okay, well this we'll put here. Crackers, so another crackers. Is it really that hard? Oh okay. Fine. We'll make a bunch of teas and stuff. Put some more sticks on here. And I'm gonna eat this. Make me heal a little bit, but most importantly it gives me the can. Cooking level 2. Alright, we're getting there. Level 3 you can make pies and stuff. There we are. And now I can make all this stuff. I'm gonna make 1 herbal tea for sure. I'll make 2 because I'm gonna use 1 soon. Harvest this torch that I'm using. For a stick. And then we got 10 minutes so we can make maybe 1 of these reishi. There we go. Take the water. I like taking the stuff first. A bit more backwards that way, but it's just easy to remember the clicking. Let's make the burdock tea. Why not? Oops. And then the reishi. Might even make all the herbal teas. There's no real point in keeping them, I suppose. As well level up. Yeah, maybe we should just... it's not a big a deal, is it? Yeah, it's gonna be a long session, this one, I think. Until we run out of wood, pretty much. Do as much as we can. Getting a lot of teas, a lot of water, a lot of cooking. So this will only be possible in certain regions, of course, assuming they have all these stoves. But there's a lot of resources in Pleasant Valley, a lot of resources, really. Okay, rabbit stew is done. Make some more teas. Let's prepare another rabbit stew. That's what the broth is for. Oh no, I gave more calories now, yeah, because I leveled up. There we are. Teas are done. This is going really well. Like, really well. Only thing, I'm cooking 2 teas while making 1, but that's alright. Let's just keep going. This is a lot of cooking, this is. A lot of cooking. I'm using a lot of the water I'm making, that was the only thing. Alright, the herbal teas, of course. Yeah. Can I change this to be like that? That's better, yeah. Water. Let's just do it this way. A lot of clicking. We will be here a long time if I had enough wood, but I don't actually have that much wood. We're doing a lot in terms of leveling cooking here, though, that's for sure. It's a bummer that I got rid of one of those corns by accident. I can't believe that happened. Okay. Alright. I think we'll switch to making 4 waters now. Rabbit stew is done. Only thing about the stews and all that stuff is that they don't really last that long. They expire pretty quickly. That's the only issue really with them. Wait, what? Oh, I messed up. That's fine, we'll do this. And here we can make tea, and here we can we make more rabbit stew? Yeah, we can. Always eat one before we sleep. 29 minutes. Now it's all boiled dry except for that one, okay. Hour and a half already. I think that's the last one we make in that case. Yeah, there we are. Yeah. Along 10 minutes. Okay, let's pick this up. 10 minutes. Okay, well, just these. Yeah. Make that. Water. Water. And make more water. And then let's finish up these mushrooms. Another mushroom. So much to prepare. Okay, I think there's the last batch there of water that we make now. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Rose sips. Yeah, I think so. There we go. Pick this up, pick that up. Okay, let's put one more stick on here. Oh, that was so we used pretty much all our sticks for this. Water, yeah, I made some water. Not as much as I would like, but we did a ton of cooking. You can put 1 more liter. Now, food-wise, a very low condition. Oh wait, I haven't even used all the meat. Oh, whoops. Oh well, that's alright. That was, of course, I was using them for the stew. That's why I was using them for the stew, and we didn't have enough wood. Okay, so let's just go here and drop our rabbit meat that hasn't been cooked. Yeah, and then we'll go back inside. Oh, sorry, we might eat some of the stuff that's cooked as well. I'll probably eat the stew, to be honest. Let's put all the let's put all the cooked meat outside for now. Just here, whatever, it doesn't matter. There we are, for now anyway. Put the broth on the table, I think. Broth. Then we can put the salt and all that stuff back. We didn't use the oil in the end. We can always put that wherever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. Oops. It goes over there. Salt goes in this pot. That's like a whole thing. I think that's it for now. Let's go sleep. I wouldn't mind being a bit more, so I can sleep 10 hours though to regenerate a bit more health. That would be good. So maybe we could just prepare some of these. Wait. Yeah, we're gonna sleep into the day, but it's really not a big deal at all. Okay, I think we're looking really well here. I'll just use torch. And really, I don't think so. We should maybe repair this. We'll see. So many teas, insane. You drop some of those. Maybe this is good enough. I don't heal as much as I would like, but I don't know. Worth really waiting much more. But let's eat one of our rabbit stews. Then have a drink. No, this should give us the same benefit as the herbal tea, really. Yeah. Okay. 3 hours instead of whatever it is. We're gonna put 10 sleep. Actually, I really worked 7 days. Yeah, worked out because I just realized now it makes you tired. It increases your rest, but it makes you tired. So that worked out really well. Nice. That's a good time of day as well.
Oh, I've never...
Question now, should I carry one of these stews with me around? Maybe I should carry one of them. I don't know though. They go off so quickly. I'm not sure how long they would last out in the snow. We can do a little experiment though. With one of these, I guess the highest condition one here. This is 7. We'll see what it is when we come back. Now we're pretty much full health as well, so. What can I leave behind, if anything? Not much, really. Oh, we don't need all these teas. I'm just going to put those in the cabinet. I'm going to put most of these in here. I can drink the burdock tea. Something like that. I can maybe bring a couple more just for long distance travel. Guess. Don't need the antibiotics. Head roasted, yeah, I can carry. Yeah, okay, well that's good, isn't it? That's good. So we got sorry, what's our skill? So cooking is almost level 3. Right. Let's go to the birch forest, I think. And we'll pick up as much birch as we can. Okay, see now it's barely cold as well. -3 degrees. Ah, the stew smells. Oh well, that's okay. Let's head to the birch forest. We'll go via the river. Because then we can pick up cattails along the way. If I run into rabbits, I'm not going to deliberately seek them out. If I run into rabbits, I will grab them, but I'll only use the meat. You don't need to go all the way across the river here, I don't think. Let's see. I'm gonna go over here. Oops. We did this route earlier, but in reverse. We're gonna go over here. And actually maybe I should... No, we'll go this way. I was gonna say we should do Misty Falls, but we can do that later. I have an idea what we can do. Is that the bear? Or a hay bale? The hay bale. Bear isn't usually out that far.
I think my stomach is eating itself.
Alright, so almost back to full health. We got good gear, we got a ton of food, including cooked rabbit meat and that. If I just now use starvation tap, it takes probably 10 days easy. But we're gonna do even better than that. So the only issue really is the bedroll. So I don't really think it's going to be hard to survive for a long time. We're just really hibernating, which is you just pretty much just wake up, pass time, and then you starve yourself, and then before bed you eat. You just need to have enough of the resources in question. That's a very boring thing to do, but that's just to see how far you can stretch it really. But you can definitely survive quite a long time, because there's a lot of cattails and all sorts of things. And we have a lot of resources already, so we can survive for a long time in this region. But this region also has renewable resources, because, well, you got the rabbits, obviously. Which you can eat raw. If you really want to. But you need that water as well. But you also have, of course, deer, and you got birch bark as well. Now all the regions will have renewable resources in terms of like, they all have rabbits. I don't think there's any regions without rabbits. But not all of them have birch bark, I don't think. Of course, some have beachcombing. And it's worth checking that often, because things like fish will wash ashore. So, Desolation Point and Coastal Highway and the Bleak Inlet will have beachcombing. 23. I'm approaching the forest. I'm gonna go a bit further though, I think, to pick up some more cattails. And then we'll go in. The moose is possibly here. If not, it's on the other side of this forest. And if not, then it's not in here. I do love this birch forest a lot. Let me see, I can see markings all the way down there. I think, see it right? So my thumb is right there. I think that's moose markings. This is the moose spawn, this is not out right now. Okay, I'm gonna go and grab some birch, but not right this second. I do love the birch forest because, well, for one thing, it gives you a load of birch, which is great. Awesome. But what I really love about it is how dense it is. It's like, it's really thick, you know, birch wood. You don't see that anywhere else in the game where it's that thick and like close together like that. You don't get that. It's instead, you know, we get little pockets of birch here and there, smaller birch forests like the one in Ash Canyon or the one in Fallen Muskeg, right? Where they kind of spaced out like regular trees. But here, they put them really close together. And I always say the same thing when I'm here. I wish there was a region that was like heavily forested, that was like this, because it really reduces visibility. It's extremely easy here to lose track of the bear. You will lose track of him so fast. because he just, it's hard to see him because the trees are in the way. And I love that. I think that's really, really cool. I'm not going to run much because we're not particularly cold. -1 degree and it's late. It might even go up to 0. Okay, we're at the edge of this birch forest now. So now we're going to pick up some birch. And loot as much as we can as far as the bear will allow us. Because I'm carrying the rabbits too, the bear will follow us for a little bit. Okay, we'll also pick up all of these mushrooms. So many mushrooms around here, it's insane. You can see there's a lot of resources in one region, even an Interloper. With no weapons. There's the bear. You can hear him breeding on my right. He's over here on my right. Where are you? There he is, right there. Right there. Above my thumb. He's coming here because I have the rabbits too. But he's kind of patrolling this route anyway. Okay. Sticks is one thing, but we're going to grab all of the birch bark we can. I'm not going to tempt fate with the bear. And I'm not going to be thorough in the sense that I'm going to... Don't have anything to break these down. We don't need them anyway. I'm not, you know, I don't care if I miss one, but pick up what we can. Should be quite a lot of birch bark around here. There's a few areas in the game that have a lot of birch bark. This is one of them. There's also a lot in Ash Canyon, fallen muskeg as well. And then some other areas that have like okay birch bark, you know, like Big Inlet, for example. I'm not going to pick up the feathers because what do I need them for, right? I don't need them for anything. It's not a lot of birch here in the edges, I don't think. It's mostly in the center. Stand corrected, there's 2. I'll take those. And birch is great because they have vitamin C in them. Not that much, I don't think, but they do have it, so it's a renewable source of vitamin C. And they, you know, making it, you level up cooking, that's one thing, but let's ignore that, you know, let's say level 5. When you make it, you gain some calories, you gain some warmth, and you gain some health, because you also restore health with birch bark, and you gain vitamin C. It's probably the second most powerful item in the game. The other best one is coffee. Where'd the bear go? Did he give up? There he is, he's right there. Right in front of me. We're gonna just go around him, really. Where possible. We're gonna look for some birch bark. One right here. I'm not gonna pick up these rabbits because it's too much of a magnet. I'm gonna try and get this bear to go over there. Has he detected me? Yes, he has. Okay. That's okay. As long as I don't get too close. See what I mean? The bear is complicated in this area. Because it's kind of like you're in the open. Where it's almost as if you're in an open field, because there's nowhere to really hide as such. It's just that it's more of a zigzag route. So it's very dense, but at the same time paradoxically you're kind of in the open. But I do like this region or this area a lot. Got lucky with nice weather. -2, okay, it's getting colder now. No moose out today. If you wonder what happens when you have the bear and the moose, the answer is nothing. They don't interact at all. The wolves will interact with the bear and the moose. If the wolves get too close to either a bear or a moose, they will run away. They flee when they get too close to them. So you can actually, if you're stalked by a wolf, you can try and get close to a bear or a moose without them actually attacking you, and then they will spook the they'll spook the wolf away. However, the bear and the moose doesn't interact. They pretty much just walk past each other. They don't really do anything. If you don't see the moose anywhere else, you can also find the moose here behind these trees right here. But it's not going to be here now. We're going to go onto the ice and go back on the ice. Just pick up cattails along the way. And also, if you are attacked by the moose and the bear at the same time, they will enter a queue system, like a tandem system. Just like wolves and everyone else, every other animal in this game does. Because they can't both attack at the same time. No, only one animal can attack you at a time in this game. I'm not sure if the cougar will work like that, but we'll see. That cattail there? Yeah, okay. I was gonna go that way, but let's just grab these cattails. There is a clip of me where you can see this in action, although you have to look very closely to see it, but when I survived 1,000 days on Interloper and before the Great Reset, I made a highlight video of that called just 1,000 days on Interloper. And on day, whatever, 870 or something, I'm in a blizzard and I get attacked by a bear and a moose at the same time. And what happens is the moose actually detects me and becomes aggressive while I'm being attacked by the bear. But it doesn't do anything because I'm busy with the bear. So in the video, there's only a short clip about it, but what happened was I was basically harvesting a deer, and this was in Timberwolf Mountain, and then a blizzard hit. Then I killed the wolf in the blizzard, because the animals of course don't spawn in blizzards, but they were already out and near me when the blizzard hit. So I had to kill a wolf, and then the clip starts and there's a bear in the distance, and I decided to just go for the bear because I wanted the pelt. So I hit him and run back, and then there's a moose. The moose is on my right. I think it was on my right because I had thrown a stone at it before or something, and it relocated. I don't remember exactly why it would be that in that position, because I don't think it's normally that. I don't really remember, it so long ago. But in any case, you can hear it if you listen closely. You can hear that the moose has aggroed me as I'm fighting the bear, but it doesn't do anything. And once the bear is dead, it charges for me. So that's like that happens if you do it in the open also. So if you get both of them on you at the same time, only one will attack. Same if you get two bears on you at the same time, which is not very common, but it can happen. They will just, one of them will basically ignore you and the other one will attack. So here's a cave a lot of people don't know about. It's this cave here I hit. So that's the junction over there. If you go down that way there, you get to Thompson's Crossing. You take a right, you get to the birch forest where this was. And if you continue here, you get to this cave. It's not very known because why would you go here, right? Why would you go here? And I think there's actually a bed in this cave, if I remember correctly. Let me just have a look. Yes, there is, yeah. So you can sleep here. It's not too far from Thompson, so unless you're in dire straits, you might as well just go there. But you got a bed here, so that's good. Even I remember I forgot about this cave. I had been to it, but then I made a video. Well, not really a video. The experiment, the sack experiment, where I had 8 different interlopers play the same run, and then I recorded them. And I never finished the video, although it's almost done. I just need to finish it one day. And basically, there's a streamer called Helga Da, who's now called Helga Bean, and she went there to sleep. And I was like, oh yeah, this cave exists. I think it's probably one of the least used caves in a game. How often are you going to go this route, you know, here, along the ice? You almost never, because if you are by that junction back there, it's more likely you're going to head to the barn instead, assuming you came from Thompson's Crossing. You're probably going to go to the barn instead. If not, you're going to the birch forest. And if not, either of those, you're going up here on the right towards on the road. So why would you bother going this way? There's not really anything to it. You might as well go to the birch forest and get some birch bark, right? So you don't really gain much by going this way. Really. In my case, I'm just going here because I want to find more cattails. That's pretty much it. Look. Those things look like mandrakes from Harry Potter. The mandrakes? Yeah, I think it's mandrake. We're gonna go up to Misty Falls now. And get the thermos. I think I'm more or less caught up to where I was. Grab all the cattails we can. Yeah. I think I came a bit further. Let's just check if there's any cattails right here. Are the wolves around? I don't really smell. I only carry the eye, and that's it. Might as well pick up this wood. And you have this destroyed house. There's wood here, usually. I don't think there's anything else. Here, there's a couple wolves. You go left here, there's that bridge right there. Keep going, and you get to Draft Dodger's cabin, eventually. This is an area that people very often don't traverse in Pleasant Valley. A lot of people don't like Pleasant Valley anyway. But if they are going to go there, they don't tend to use these routes like the cave I was just at. They don't tend to go there. Yeah, there's usually a wolf or two patrolling around here. There isn't much to these areas, people don't go though, so there's a few places in Long Dark people don't, I mean the Pleasant Valley rather, that people don't generally go to, but there isn't really that much to them anyway. Like here for example, what is there here? There's a wolf over there, and there's usually another wolf around here too. The sticks, and I guess that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Some cattails on the river. I'm gonna go to Misty Falls to grab the thermos, grab the stuff in the cave, go to the bunker as well, and then we've done most of the major loot sites in the region. There are several other ones though. There's a lot of little things like this. The point of disagreement. There's a few caves. There's a lot of deer carcasses around I haven't touched. There's a three strikes farmstead, which I believe can have. Oh, come on, can have a stim, but it's like a chance spawn or something. I never found it, so I'm not sure if that's true. And I think you can find a hammer there. I'm not sure about that either. But it's like one of those misc loot places. There's also, of course, rabbits around there. The thing with this region is there's so many rabbits in Pleasant Valley. Oh my, there's so many. But yeah, so we done, after the Misty Falls picnic area now, we done most of the major areas really. There isn't much more to it, really. Oh, here's ptarmigans. We'll grab one of those. Forgot that this is a ptarmigan area. I think it's only those three. There might be a fourth place with ptarmigans. I can't remember exactly where it is. Let's get this one here. There you go. Then I can make a second installation layer. Ptarmigans is a great addition to the game. I think ptarmigans, you have to have a DLC to get ptarmigans, but they are really good. They are so strong because the meat is just like rabbit meat or whatever about the meat. But you can use the meat to make broth, which you can use to make stew, which is fantastic. But the real thing about ptarmigans is the feathers. So you can have 4 or 5 ptarmigans at the same place, and you can kill all of them with, you know, the bow or whatever, and then you have quite a lot of food, to be honest. It's like killing a small deer or a wolf. But what you really want is the feathers, because you can make insulation layer with them. As you see, they give 2 degrees. So if you use it for both slots, you get 4 degrees warmth. That's a lot. Of course, in the long run, you're more likely to have one of those slots for the moosehide satchel. But nevertheless, the best item in the game prior to the ptarmigans in those accessory slots was the air wrap. So now you have one that's better than air wrap. And another thing with them is you can upgrade your bedroll. So when you find a regular bedroll, in the past, and once I could make the bear bedroll, that was my bedroll, because it gives so much warmth. And then I usually just let the other bedrolls just decay, really. But you can now upgrade your regular bedroll to a ptarmigan down bedroll, and they're fantastic. They give 8, I think it's 8 degrees warmth instead of the regular 4. The bear bedroll gives 12, but the bear bedroll weighs 3 kilos, while the upgraded down bedroll weighs 1.1. So it's pretty good. So here we are in the picnic falls area. You got a load of mushrooms. Yeah. And we got rabbits, and we have the thermos. Look at that. Very cool.
Too cold to think.
Handy for long distance traveling. In this type of challenge, we're mostly gonna be alright. I'll probably use the teas for survival anyway, but you get the idea. Yeah, I might actually have to light a torch, because I don't know if I can see in here. I don't have a lantern. I might have to use a matcher, which is a little bit... oh well. We should get some coal in here as well, which is great. Alright, yeah, we have to. I'm going to use the torch. Just light a match. So yeah, there should be a few pieces of coal and some wood. And you can find coffee. You can find some food. On lower difficulties, you can find a bow in here. It's great. Coal. Here's some coal. This is a renewable coal resource in this region. There we are. We got a little campsite.
This'll come in
We
handy.
don't need those. Hey, lantern! Hurrah! We have a renewable light source. Isn't that nice? Just need fishing though. Okay. Okay, so this area here, oh well, that's creepy, has a has some stuff. What you should do here is take this off and then go through it, and then this won't be wet. But I'm lazy. So.
Oh, so
There's the
cold.
coffee. I think this is always there. And there you can find tins of coffee too. Septic. Hey, marine flare. Marine flares don't douse when you go through the waterfall. And what I'm doing, by the way, is a trick. It's basically an exploit. If you move the torch like this instead, it doesn't get wet. And you could argue that's an exploit, which I think it is. But some people have said to me, well, if you think about it, it's not really that much of an exploit, because just think of it as when you walk through the waterfall, you're bending and you have the torch under you, so you're protecting the flame with your body, which probably would hurt, but it's possible. So I guess you could say that's what happens. Here we got our coffee. Let's get the rest of the coal. And now this is all wet, which makes it heavier, by the way. Clothes way less when you equip them. I think it's 20%. Is that 20 or 25%? I think it's 20. When you put the clothing on, it weighs less than when you just carry it around. Actually, maybe test. So, don't have any good numbers here. I'll test later. I think it's 20, maybe it's 25, whatever. You get the idea. So if you wear clothing rather than carry it, they weigh less because you're not just lifting them, you're wearing them. Okay, I'm actually heavy here. Have a drink. I'll see if I keep this fire going or if I'm just going to leave it. Let's for now though get out of here and to prep a cache. There's also wood. I'm carrying a lot of wood that I don't really need to... Oh, I missed one. Carry around. I'm not going to grab any of these rabbits for now because I'm already heavy. But in other circumstances I guess I would. But not right now. And here we have another... Oh, there's a wolf. Hey, Wolfie.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Bye. I smell because I have the ptarmigan on me. I want this ptarmigan because I can make a second installation lane with it. So I don't need more ptarmigans though. I don't think. But handy for broth. Not going to find any more ingredients for frontier cooking, I don't think. You only really find those things in kitchen, so like flour and salt and all that stuff. You only really find them in kitchens. So you find here you would find it in Thompson's Crossing, so in the community hall, in that nearby house, and then in the farm. The Pleasant Valley Farmstead. I don't think there's any other places that would have that. Need to light a new torch here. Spook this wolf. This is also why I want to keep going with this wolf. This torch I can keep scaring wolves away. I think I had more wolves so far in total than when I had 3 stink lights. Gonna come back again. Go away. He's gonna come back again. So here we are. Here's the entrance to Timwolf Mountain. I remember when I first played the game and I really struggled to find where the heck is Timwolf Mountain. It didn't make sense to me that you had to climb a rope to get there. I figured that would be like a hidden area or something. I thought there would be an actual entrance into Timwolf Mountain, but no, it's here. So yeah, we're not going to go there though. There's nothing really for us up there. I think there might be some rose hips up there, maybe. Not sure. I don't think so. But was there sticks? We don't need that either. Wood and wood. Might sleep here for the night, to be honest. Just easier, because then we'll be more rested. We don't have the whole calming with us either. I might just douse this torch and sleep here for the night. It's safer. Beef jerky! I think you can find a lantern in here too. I don't think you're guaranteed a lantern in Pleasant Valley, but there's a decent chance of you finding one. We hacksaw here too, which wasn't the case for me. Okay, let's check this too. More fleece mittens. Alright, yeah, okay. I think I'm going to stay here and sleep for the night. Let's harvest this ptarmigan. Yeah, we'll smell with the meat, but I mean, it's alright. Do a bit of bits and bobs here. We'll harvest this torch as well. And what else? These mittens we don't need. I guess that's it. We're carrying a bunch of wood that we don't really need. Bring it. Big deal. We might as well also prepare these birch barks. Usually I do this while we craft, but just to get a little bit more energy that we can use to recover. Burdock, there is a recipe that requires burdocks, but we're not gonna realistically do that. Oh, I don't need to craft all of these. It's gonna take too long. I think this is probably good. Maybe 1 more hour. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay, that's good enough. Let's eat. I might eat this. Yeah, let's eat this because it's gonna get low condition soon. So. I think you can get food poisoning from it, but it has to be low enough. Okay, there we are. Let's sleep for 10 hours. It's not going to be 10, it's going to be probably 9, but I think it'll be full health when we wake up. And there we are. Yeah, look at that. We are full health. That's at 9 days, 8 days.
Man, I could eat anything.
And we're not heavy. We smell a little bit, but that's it. Yeah, day 9. Almost 8 days survived. Okay. Alright, fellow survivors. I think I'm going to call this video here. It could continue, but I don't really know how long it will go. And if I keep going all the way to day 30 or 40, who knows how long the video will be. I did mention though that I would show the power of hibernation, but I'll just explain it to you instead. And if I do a follow-up video on this, I can show you. Because I can make part 2, maybe. Basically now, so we have tons of resources now. So if you look, we got 43 cattails, right? We also have more food back at base. We have rabbit meat and some ptarmigan meat. We have some water, but we need more water. And we got some misc food like this. Now think about it, right? So here, you need 750 calories to be able to sleep for 10 hours. So that was 6 of these. So just here, if I survive on just cattails alone, we are already up to like, what's that? 7 days, I think. If my math is correct. So you just eat 6 of these. So you just starve yourself, right? Just starve yourself. And then you eat 6 of these cattails and drink some water, sleep, and then you'll heal 32%. And then you survived 1 day. So in theory, then you can survive now for 7 days with just these cattails, with just the cattails, right? And then we also have things like this. We have meat. We got rabbits. This cattails I haven't harvested. So based on just the food I have so far, including what's back at base, with the resources I have at hand right now, I probably can survive easily 20 days, I would think. Not to mention the absolute ton of teas I have. And these are also good calories. So drink, simplify is drink 6 of these. And I have made a lot of teas. There's these ones. And this is a whole nother thing. You can actually starve yourself and get really low on health. Because I survived on birch bark only for a while in another challenge. And then you can make birch tea. And if you drink like, I think it'd be the same, you drink 7 of these before going to bed. You might have to pass a little time here to be allowed to drink 7. Then you get enough calories to sleep through the night and you'll heal like, whatever, you'll heal 60 or 70%. You'll heal a lot. And these are renewable. You see my point there, right? With the resources I have at hand right now, I can probably survive at least until day 30, I would think. And then in addition, on top of that, there are cattails I haven't picked up. There's more rabbits. There's deer carcasses. And I can also get more deer by luring them to wolves. More cattails around. Birch bark respawns. You get the idea. So surviving to 50 days is not really that hard from this point. A lot of it is just hibernation, really. So I could do a part 2 of this if you like. The only issue is that I might be able to do it before the content patch hits, in which case, and then just loot what's left. But I don't have to. We could just do part 2, and then when the cougar's added, I could just disable it, because when they add the cougar to the game, which is in a few weeks, they will ask you if you want to add it to your existing save. So I could always continue with this one and not add the cougar and keep it as a proper like pilot project. And then when I do these runs properly and do all of the regions in a challenge like this, to at least day 30, if not longer, we'll enable the Cougar, of course, and we'll do Pleasant Valley again, and we can compare if that changes the difficulty with the Cougar being around. But as you can see, at least in Pleasant Valley, with the resources at hand, it should be easy to live 30 days, and with the rest of the cattails to be found, and rabbits to be harvested, and I can also make fishing tackles, and I can fish. And if you time it well and just have a lot of wood and do long sessions, which I haven't really been doing that well, I haven't been making enough water, you can stock up on a bunch of stuff and for a really long time. So if I do make a part 2, let me know in the comments if you want to see a part 2. If you do want to see a part 2 of this, then I will most likely go out and I'll loot whatever areas are left I haven't been to, which is some smaller places, 3 strikes and a few other places, cars, and get all the cattails I missed, keep grabbing rabbits, maybe grabbing some deer carcasses as well, and then basically then pass time mostly until it's done. But we'll see how long we survive. Now when I actually do these challenges properly, which I will do probably after DLC Part 6 is out, when they refresh the wildlife, so I don't know when that is, that could be 3 months from now, half a year from now, I don't know. Then of course we're going to do this properly and survive for at least 30 days, I would say, in East region. We'll do Pleasant Valley again, and then it will take as long as it takes. So that will be 1 part, 1 long video for each region. I don't know, we'll see. But this has been a good test. We've now done all of Pleasant Valley, the main areas. We got a good feel for the resources in it, if it's easy enough to survive long term, and it should be pretty easy, to be honest, if I'm honest. And but I figured I'll call it here, because I don't know where the natural cutoff point is there, because there's still a lot to do. You know, there's a lot of food left, there's a lot of days to pass, there's a lot of smaller things to still do. This could end up being a video that's too long, if anything. And YouTube does have a cap on 12 hours, and I don't think we need to go that long. So I think I'm going to call it here. Please let me know what you think. Let me know if you do want to see a part 2 of this, or if you feel you get the idea and you'd rather wait for the proper series. Let me also know what you think about the rules. Do you think it should be allowed to go into these connector regions? Or not connector regions, that's not allowed. But the connector transition caves, like the mines and the caves. Is that allowed, even if it's technically a part of another region? Also, rare spawns, are they okay? Like a hammer or hacksaw, you know, those sort of things. Is that okay? And let me know, because I'll keep all these things into consideration when I do this whole thing as a series. And I will do a series which will be Escape from Region X. We'll see also how many days. That's another thing you can let me know. How many days you think it should be? Should it be 30 or 50 or how long as possible? You know, endless. Let me know. But I'm going to do every single region and connector regions too. So that's going to be a big, long thing. But I don't think I want to do it until after the DLC is completed, which is part 6. Because that's when they have said they're going to rework the wildlife, and that will change where wolves and things are. And, you know, don't really see the point in surviving of all of the wildlife, and then they're going to change it. Just me. But yeah, with that being said, that was the Escape from Pleasant Valley pilot project, potentially part 1. I hope you enjoyed and saw how you can survive for, in this case, 8 days, and have plenty of resources to survive longer. If you do go for well fed though, that's then the resources dwindle much faster. But yeah, it's perfectly possible to survive in this one region, Interloper. So normally an Interloper, you know, the priority 1 is find a hammer, priority 2 is get to a forge and make weapons, and then you can start hunting. That's really what you have to do. On lower difficulties you don't have to do that, because a lot more food and you'll eventually find weapons. But in Interloper you really are a priority to get those weapons. Even though you can survive as a pacifist, it is possible. But staying in one region only is something you always say, do not do that on Interloper. You do not stay in one region. You keep moving. But here, staying in one region, for this case, around day 9 here. and we can definitely survive longer. And it's fun. I enjoy it because also you get to experience the region in more detail. You loot all the corners. You get to reappreciate some parts that you usually don't go to be honest. So it's a cool challenge by far. A really, really cool challenge. It's been around for a long time. A lot of people have done this challenge in various degrees and various times ago. And it's fun to do. But yeah, I look forward to doing a series of this with all the regions. That's for sure, in the future. But for now, this was fun to do. Fun to be in Pleasant Valley, Unpleasant Valley. It was a good start, good test. And we'll see if we do a part 2, but I definitely have a very good feel for how you approach this. But let me know what you think. And thank you for watching. If you watched all this way, it means a lot. And thank you for viewing and for being there. You know, it matters. It does. So thank you. Okay. Bye bye then.